It's just us.
Where's X-Ray Girl?
X-Ray Girl has quit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she had enough.
Oh man.
She had enough doing math. She couldn't take it anymore. She's left us. It was a good run. I don't know how we'll ever replace her, but goodbye, X-Ray Girl.
Wow.
It's a sausage party.
Today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just happened right now. She just walked off the set. It's terrible. You know what I hate about April Fool's Day is we have to deal with April Fool's Day all day.
I already watched a YouTuber say they're quitting.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many YouTubers are going to say they're going to quit today?
I was just like, I can't watch videos today. Forget it.
I know. It can't be on Twitter. You got to find a clever way to troll, like Epic Mike put up about Daredevil. He's like, hey, we're all my Daredevil Born Again is better than Netflix people at. So I responded with my positive review of Daredevil Born Again. We'll read it later.
Oh my God.
It was sarcasm.
Well,
see how many people get it.
Here's the weird thing with Daredevil. I saw the first part of the half season, first season. And it was like, all right, yeah, it's okay. I'm interested to see what's going on. I watched it through a screener, Gary.
Oh.
And then I don't have Disney Plus, and they didn't send me a screener. And then I was like, do I want to pay money to see this? And then I thought, no, I don't.
I wouldn't.
And so I didn't watch it. Alan watched it, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what happens.
Yeah, well, it sounds terrible. Everything I've heard sounds bad.
Yeah, dude. It's why we titled this Disney Can't Make Marvel. They just can't. This was the easiest fucking layup of them all, and they completely screwed it up. So if they can't do this, I mean, why should we have faith in them at all? And we could talk about the period of time they were good and the period of time they have not been good.
They were good, then they got acquired by Disney, and there was a time during that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get
yeah.
And then what else? Oh, Supergirl. We got to talk about some Supergirl stuff. I don't know if you want to go to the trailer again.
Do we want to?
I guess we could. It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll have to get cut out. Maybe X-Ray Girl, the before you leave permanently, maybe you could put the chat up on the screen. So like when it gets uploaded on Nerdrotic Live, they can see the chat. Because you can do that in StreamYards now. There you go. Yeah, put it over Chris's face too.
Yeah, do it.
For sure.
Do it. But I've seen, if you want to talk about that trailer, Gary, it's
oh, we will, and we'll talk about our and then Millie Alcock said something really stupid. We pointed it out, and a bunch of people got angry. A bunch of people got angry. A bunch of Joes got angry.
What I think, I just feel like what I was saying was kind of innocuous. It's like, please don't kill this movie. The movie could be great. It doesn't have a high bar to be better than Superman, frankly.
No, it doesn't.
So it could be great. But from what I've seen from the trailer and now her comments, I feel like these actors get baited into saying dumb things.
They do. And they need to have their people there, or they need to know better. You just need to know. It's not hard. Okay. It's not really hard to figure out, like, just, you know what, keep it on the movie and don't kill your movie in the crib. But yeah, we'll discuss that too, because it's an obvious red flag, and it should be a red flag for the movie at this point. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because man, it's not like we haven't seen it before a bunch of times. Right, Chris?
Yeah, it's disheartening because you know what? I was at WonderCon. Real quick aside.
Oh, you were? How was that?
I have never seen it this dead. It was dead last year. This year, I mean, I was there on a Saturday and Sunday, empty. The panel I did, the Jaws panel, was packed. Jaws 50th anniversary panel was packed, but and some panels were packed. Alan had a panel with Chris Jericho on Friday, and it had 12 people in it. I mean, it's like, that's crazy. So I've never seen it this empty. I'll tell you exactly. And what I saw Spider-Man everywhere. I saw even people dressed as the human spider, Toby's Spider-Man from the first.
Yep.
Well, like 3 people like that. I don't know why that's making a comeback. I didn't see, and I saw Batman. I didn't see any other superheroes. Didn't see Supergirl, Superman, nothing. What I saw was a ton of anime. One Piece, anime, I didn't know what it was. Like, anime has taken over that con, and the superhero world is Batman and Spider-Man. And then I could tell you exactly why the con is empty. The California economy.
Oh yeah.
$6-7 gas, $50 to park at WonderCon. The self-parking. Okay. $50. People are just, and then everything was a ripoff. I mean, like, I got breakfast. 2 people eating breakfast was $85.
Oh, what fucking where?
And it was at the Hilton. Just, we're getting basic breakfast, bacon, eggs, toast, all that. They add the tip on, you have no choice. They just include 20%. If you want to add additional tip, you can. The tip is now included in all tabs. And I got kicked out of the bar because
why?
As a way to save money, I brought some Kirkland brand hard seltzers.
You can't do that.
I brought them in a little koozie.
You can't do that.
Koozie. I know I can't do that, but everyone else is doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're bringing flasks or they're refilling, whatever. So I got caught, even though I had the koozie. They kicked us out. We could be in a different area, but not the bar. Fine. I'm fine. But this is the way they nickel and dime you, where I'm like, I don't even want to spend money here. Like, I feel like I'm getting, it's Anaheim, it's California economy. It's that 10-11% on top of everything you buy. That's why the con's empty. People are like, I'll save it for San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego bought WonderCon and then screwed it up by moving it to March. It used to be closer to winter, I believe.
Yeah.
And it used to be in Northern California. And I remember when it was at Moscone and it was getting numbers that would rival Comic-Con. That's how big WonderCon was. They introduced 300 at WonderCon. They introduced V for Vendetta at WonderCon when all those fucking V masks got passed out. I still have one. It was huge. It was huge. I remember when the fire marshal came to Moscone Center and shut it down and wouldn't let people back. I was a retailer and I couldn't go back into the building until somebody left. It was like a club. So it was huge. And as soon as they moved it to LA, it became sterile. It's not even in LA, it's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
It's right next to Disneyland. So you're competing with Disneyland, right? Your dollars are competing with Disneyland. And it's really expensive. And now there's so many cons. The con market is oversaturated. And comics aren't exactly offering anything exciting. Was there any panels from Marvel there or DC?
Nothing.
They stopped doing them a long time ago.
No major panels. There was a fan panel for Starfleet Academy.
Oh, exciting.
And what's funny, they spent the entire panel defending the show. Not talking about what was great about
how much they loved about. Yeah, that's typical. Yeah. That's typical.
So
they probably talked about the haters more than they talk. What's your favorite moment from Starfleet Academy?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is I know I love trolling people. What's your favorite Stephen Colbert written movie?
Yeah.
It's almost like I feel bad for, like, when you hear about like voice actors that suddenly they bring in some lame celebrity to do a voice just because they can use that in the marketing and promote it. And they're not voice actors, right? They're just, like, I'm dreading going to see the Super Mario movie because I love Chris Pratt as an actor. He's not Mario. I'm sorry. He isn't Mario.
Are you going to see it?
Of course. But I'm not rushing out. I know some people went to midnight screenings, did their out of the theater reaction. Good for you. I don't care. I'm not super invested. I like the games. I played Donkey Kong. I love Star Fox. I like old school Nintendo, the SNES, as we used to call it back in the day, the GameCube, the Nintendo 64. I love it. I love them all, but I don't own a Nintendo anything now and don't really care. So, I mean, I don't know if they're, I mean, I guess you can make movies out of them, but I thought
it's going to make a ton of money, I think.
And that's okay. They should not make the movie for me. Make it for fans of the game. You should not listen to my review. I'm telling you in advance. I'm predisposed to I thought the last movie was meh, and this will probably be the same for me. But I really like Star Fox, and I hear that Glenn Powell does Star Fox. Sorry if this is a spoiler, Gary.
What? I'm not going to go see it.
Oh, okay. So, you're not making everyone from FNT go see it?
No. I floated the idea, but I'm like, I think enough people are going to go see it where they can talk about it for a few minutes and I can go take a piss or something during the show, but we're not going to spend a ton of time on it. I don't see, I don't see the FNT crowd wanting to hear about Super Mario for an hour.
There's a Yoshi popcorn bucket.
That's great.
I'm telling you right now.
I got my Rocky popcorn bucket.
You got one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, those are gone everywhere here.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'll probably go see Project Hail Mary again.
I feel better. I really want to see it again in 70 millimeter. I haven't seen it. I've seen it IMAX, but not 70 IMAX.
Yeah.
So that's my plan before it leaves theaters. It's going to stick around for a while.
It's going to stick around for a while. I think it's going to do fine. Yeah. Mario will dominate for a couple weeks. And who knows? Maybe it's got a lot of legs with the families and stuff and does what the last one did, which was over $1 billion. This one will make over $1 billion. Maybe it's the highest grossing movie of the year. I think it's going to have competition from Spider-Man and Doomsday.
Yeah.
Who knows? The Odyssey, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Wait a sec. Did I hear correctly yesterday on Real BBC? 2 months of reshoots on Doomsday?
Yes.
2 months?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You could make a movie in 2 months.
Yeah. So especially I think
the way they make it.
They're starting either right now or within a couple of weeks.
I wonder if they had a cut together and said, this is a mess. We need to maybe.
Well, they don't have a finished script, so I don't know what the fuck Rob read.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rob read because they were, unless he got the script after Principal and they had finished it. But I was told directly by a person, that they had the actors had to wait for the writers to finish writing scenes. That's not that's by definition not a finished script.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
And then James Gunn, who the rumors are, I don't believe most rumors.
I don't either.
They're all speculation, but he's going to go back to Marvel. I don't think so, because he's really trolled them with lots of comments like, we won't make a movie until we have a locked script.
Well,
he's just sort of
where else is he going to go? I think he would tail between his legs if he got canned, but I don't know if they'd take him back.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know that they take I know what Campia said. He's like, well, he's got the pedigree and Kevin Feige could retire and James Gunn could take over. And I'm all, the person who launched the DCU.
Yeah.
The super duper uber successful DCU is going to come and run Marvel. I don't know. Maybe Marvel will be dumb enough to do it. I don't know. But I'll talk about Daredevil real quick. I don't know how many people are actually watching the show, considering that Daredevil Born Again season 1 was the 99th most streamed show of the year it came out, barely making the list. It was about 50 spots below Agatha. Effing Agatha.
It was really
within a time frame. They did it within a time frame. I can't remember what the time frame was. But yeah, it was the 99th stream show. And it's amazing considering how much goodwill and praise that deservedly the Netflix Daredevil show has. it's the best live action thing Marvel has made, and I'm including the movies. Daredevil season 1 and 2. It's comic accurate. It's fun. It's dealt with earnestness. So they come out with Daredevil, Born Again season 1. They were going to do it like a courtroom drama, a la She-Hulk with this yellow suit, and they decided to shit can that about halfway through and redo it with a guy who worked on the Punisher series. But they Frankenstein that season 1, and they're like, okay, guys, that was our Frankenstein season. This is the season where it's all ours. We're going to go. We're going to set everything up. They killed Foggy. Still think they're going to bring Foggy back. They haven't brought Foggy back yet. So they killed Foggy in the first episode. And we're back. We have Mayor Kingpin, Chris. Mayor Kingpin. We have the anti-vigilante task force, which is totally not ICE. We have BB Urich. I'm blanking on her name. What's the other girl boss? McDuffie.
Yeah,
that's her last name is McDuffie. We have God, I'm blanking on names here. Hang on. I'll get it. Heather Glenn, and most importantly, Karen Page, a character I loved. I loved from Netflix Daredevil. They have fucking destroyed her character. She is now just Disney Marvel female character. She's action Karen Page. She not only subdues a police officer, she takes him captive by herself. A cop, a male cop, beats the shit out of him, ties him up on a chair, puts a bag over her head. This fucking 110-pound soaking wet Karen Page. And this guy's got body armor on, and she's like, and he's like, oh. It's like, get the fuck out of here. The one thing that Daredevil had was verisimilitude. And it's all gone when, listen, I like Karen Page. I like the actress, but she ain't beating anybody up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She's not even like muscle toned, dude. She's just skinny.
Just to address like the title of the stream, Disney Can't Marvel, is that it seems like Marvel was pretty decent. I mean, when Disney first acquired Marvel, but something seeped in. It really is HR department mandates. That's what it feels like. I mean, the scene in Avengers Endgame, the girl boss moment, right? That's when you're like, oh, Disney has completely infected the Disney culture, whether it's female empowerment or gay characters being seen. That's HR. That's HR mandating that. Storylines. That's what struck me about that Born Again season 1 was there were storylines like these are shoehorned in. They're trying to make characters just that are storylines I don't care about. You know who I'm talking about. Like these characters, you just go, why are you here? I know why. Because they told you to do that. Serves no certain story purpose.
Oh, wait. We'll get to that because we're going to talk about the period of time after I talk about Daredevil. The period of time Marvel was good and bad. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Right. I've given it a little thought this morning. And if you can't make a good Daredevil show, then you're fucked. You're completely fucked. The template is there. It's not expensive. It's the Daredevil show is everything a Batman show could be. It's a street level show. It was a perfect example of how you do this. Yeah. And listen, Netflix couldn't do it either. They couldn't emulate it with Iron Fist, same fucking thing. They both sucked. But Daredevil was a shining example of like, this is your template to do it right. And they are doing a bad imitation. The directing isn't as good. The editing isn't as good. There might be some good fight choreography, but it's getting lost in the sauce of poor editing and poor directing, and the verisimilitude is just gone. Now, what you can sell in a comic book, Chris, as you know, you have to sell differently in live action. It's you know, in a comic book, you can sell that there's a mayor kingpin that's got like dictatorial powers greater than the president. You can't really do that in a TV show at all. I mean, it's like New York is walled off and the governor has no power, the president has no power, the attorney general has no power, and he's just got this task force running around and locking people in little cages, right? With like American citizens, by the way. It's supposed to be an allegory for immigrants, by the way.
Oh my god, that's what totally turned me off. When I heard that, I'm like,
but they're putting him in like in cages and yeah, it's really subtle. It's really subtle. The anti-vigilante task force is ICE. Kingpin is Trump. The allegories are there. We have BB Urich, Ben Urich's daughter, because we always have to have a daughter because nobody has fucking sons in Marvel shows. Is running a smear campaign online where she's putting on a mask of Kingpin and doing these videos, and then there's man on the street videos that are fucking terrible, objectively some of the worst acting I've ever seen in these things. And every time one starts, you go, oh, like, what are you doing? It just stops the show. And then you contrast that with Vincent D'Onofrio trying to act like Kingpin and Charlie Cox trying to act like Daredevil, and they're both a little off, which is, I mean, they should know these characters up and down better than anybody, and they're both a little off because of the writing. Because of the writing and because of the forced allegory. And, you know, I just want to see Daredevil fight fucking ninjas and bad guys and crime lords. I don't want some stupid fucking allegory from 2016 or 2023. I don't care. It turns me off. It turns a lot of people off, but ultimately it's just bad. I'll read the response to Epic Mike here. This kind of sums it up. Sorry, my voice sounds like a little bit like Puberty Gary and Alex Jones mixed up. I'm still under the weather. All right. So Epic Mike said, is the part of Daredevil Born Again season 2 that's better than Netflix show in the room with us right now? And I responded, Daredevil Born Again is an absolute triumph. Action Karen Page overpowering a cop and taking him hostage by herself was peak. Don't get me started on the pure cinema of the on-street videos. The acting in its purest form. Kingpin as a Trump allegory is truly original, and the AVTF as ICE represents why this is an important piece of political art. The show will save lives. We also have, they're setting up female Muse, female White Tiger, and the end, Daredevil gets saved by female White Tiger and Karen Page, who like has a gun and is running cover for Daredevil as he's saving a bunch of people. So like a bunch of women, that's the pattern we've seen lately in Marvel, is if you have a male protagonist, black or white, or Asian, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, for example, all had to have 2 or 3 women around them at all times, and the story was actually going through the women, not the men. So the MCU is not dead at all. And half the show wastes its time with McDuffie and fucking BB and what the Sopranos kid, who's fucking terrible, by the way. He's just terrible in this. Why am I blanking on his name? Lead actor from The Sopranos. Shame on me. I'm sick. Chris.
Yeah.
Lead actor from The Sopranos.
Yeah, I know.
What's his name?
He's dead.
Jesus Christ.
Passed away. James Gandolfini.
Right? James Gandolfini. Yeah, James Gandolfini's sons. We need those women to keep us chuds in line.
No, that's the thing is like, I mean, look, legitimately in films from the past that are male oriented, women would be wives, girlfriends, or background characters and not part of the story. And maybe you need a balance. Okay. But now they become the most important part of the story and the man can't even do it. And like, let's go back to like, the stories are about whatever it is. Like Heat wasn't about their girlfriends or, you know, like movies like that, like where, you know, it was male focused, male energy. You just can't make anything like that now.
And you introduce them in a realistic way. I mean, they can certainly be like Kim Wexler, Better Call Saul, great female character. They were talking about it today on Geeks and Gamers Daily. That's how you insert a female character and make her prominent and make her good. You know, using the strengths that she has, not overpowering a fucking cop and taking him hostage behind Daredevil's back. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. But every time they're running these tribunals, but every time there's a leader that's supposed to be somewhat good or at least innocuous, it's a woman. Like the head judge was a woman, the governor was a woman, and every time it's evil, it's a male. You know, Kingpin is Trump, and Vanessa. See, that's what Vanessa was such a great character in Netflix's Daredevil, season 1 through 3, and they fucked her up too. So her and Karen Page, two characters I liked a lot, have been damaged beyond repair. And Kingpin just sucks now. I mean, Marvel has just did nothing but damage. Vincent D'Onofrio tries, but he just sucks now. You know, he was remember when Netflix can make Madame Gao scary? Yeah. Little Asian woman scary. Like, that was good shit. They can't do it now. So they waste so much time. And the Heather Glenn female Muse stuff is just, my eyes rolled down the street when that happened.
I just think when you have the parent company being Disney, and abiding by their rules, you can't make stuff in that kind of overly micromanaging corporate environment. There's certain, we're going to watch Doomsday, and you're going to question, is this scene or this character integral to the plot and the film, or is this a note that they were fulfilling some checkbox? That's the thing that's killed all of this. Checkbox filmmaking, checkbox storytelling. It doesn't work, and you kind of see the signs. I mean, we'll get to Supergirl in a bit.
Yeah, but
like, you see the checkboxes, like that checks a box, and you can even see the filmmakers going, "Well, if we do this, we're checking a box and fulfilling what they want, and we'll still do some stuff we want to do."
And this is the problem with DEI, which was the same problem with affirmative action. When you see a person of color using their fucking language get a job, what sucks is for the one that deserved it, they're now going to be questioned on, did they just get this job on their skin color?
Like,
right?
Papa Asiadu, like playing Snape, like brilliant actor. He's done Hamlet. He's going to be amazing. He's going to be great. So, but others might question.
Am I going to kick Chris now or later?
No, it's, hey, April Fools. But wait, did you see the BlackRock guy roll back?
Well, yeah. Let's save that for at the end of the Marvel thing. Yeah. Okay. So, the fact that they fucked up Daredevil, and this isn't like the worst thing Disney Marvel has made. Not by a long shot. It's not as bad as Ironheart or Agatha, which some people absolutely loved. I'll never know why. Oh, theater kids. And yeah, it's not even as bad as like Moon Knight, right? Which was my biggest disappointment. But it's as disappointing as Moon Knight. And to say this thing is good, I would say at best you could say it's a 4 or 5 out of 10. I would not personally not grade it that. I'm grading it a lot harder. But it's also dreadfully boring. Like, even the fight scenes are boring. They did a big escape scene where they freed all the adults in cages that the anti-vigilante task force took. It should have been a great scene, and it was dumb. It was like dumb. And I'm like, God, Daredevil used to be a smart show. Like even the action, even what people would consider, the action was smart in that show. And the fight scenes were smart. And I know they have the same choreographer, but that choreography could be lost in bad editing and bad directing. So I don't really want to blame him for that. But yeah, it sucks. Daredevil's my favorite Marvel character, right up there with Spider-Man. absolutely adore this character, but they're also source material wise leaning on a lot of Mark Waid stuff. So mm, mm. I know Razor Fist powered through that run. I gave up on it. I own the comics to my shame, but I gave up on it. But this shows that Disney can't make Marvel. Disney cannot make Marvel, and I don't know if they ever could. So let's go back in time, Chris. When did Disney buy Marvel?
God, what was that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
2009.
2009. Okay.
2009. They didn't take over. They didn't take over the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't take over the movies, and the Avengers was the last Paramount movie. But Disney did have something to do with it, but that was mainly a Paramount movie, and they took over in phase 2, basically. They took over. Or no, phase 2, well, right after the Avengers, whatever was after the Avengers. And if you look at that time period, so that's from 2013 to 2019. So that's 6 years. And they had a pretty good run. They had some good movies. Pretty good movies. You know, we got Captain America Winter Soldier, we got Civil War, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. We also got Iron Man 3, and some stinkers, but they were doing okay. And let's not forget, Iron Man 3 made over $1 billion.
And by the way, look back
at the highest grossing Iron Man movie.
Right, but look back at the worst of Marvel in that era. It like pales in it's so much better than what they're doing now. Like the current Marvel, phase 4, beyond and beyond.
Well, yeah, it started going downhill in technically phase 3 because they introduced, all right, the first sign of trouble for me was the Wasp and Ant-Man. I think that was a precursor to the MCU. They made Ant-Man look like a buffoon in most of it. I didn't like that movie, and most people will remember it for its ending scene leading into Infinity War. Then there was Captain Marvel, which is made $1 billion though, $1 billion movie, Captain Marvel. And I think it was some of the best marketing and some of the best bullshit put over the public, but it also showed like how healthy superhero movies were. Captain Marvel made $1 billion. You release that movie today, it flops as bad as the Marvels. So that was the hype factor that was involved that they've lost. So that was the beginning of trouble. Also, Endgame, really flawed movie with a lot of scenes that people remember. But if you go back and watch that movie and look at it with a critical eye, the time travel stuff is stupid. Half the movie is stupid. Half the movie doesn't make any sense. Half the movie is stupid. Fat Thor, pussy Hulk. It's like, and then the all-girl scene that was so fucking, the fact that they put that in there, and it like they were riffing. They did a little scene like that in Infinity War, if you remember, Chris, but it was just like 3 or 4 of them fighting. And it was like, okay, but they decided to up the game. We're going to get somehow in this big battle, all the women went to the bathroom at the same time, and then since then it's been absolute shit. So how long has that been? So what we had is 2013 to 2019. So yeah, about 6.5 years of good. And now we're at 6.5 years of really bad. So we are approaching. No, we're not approaching. We're there, Chris. There is now more bad Marvel than good. And the same can be said with Star Wars, and the same can be said, I can't say the same with Star Trek, but there's more bad Star Wars than good Star Wars, like by orders of magnitude. Mm-hmm. And now we're at more bad Marvel than good. We could argue over the mid stuff a little bit, but because they, and we're counting animated shows, Disney Plus shows, and movies. So they put out more content. So it's almost not fair, but we have more bad Marvel than good. And if you think about Gen Z, who's getting old now, and there's another generation behind them, but if you think about over the last 5 or 6 years, you think about Gen Z's age range, Gen Z and Gen Alpha's age range. Okay. And then you think about Well, for over half a decade, Marvel has been shoveling shit at them.
Yeah.
Like, why? That's how you lose a generation. So let's be real. Since Endgame, Chris, how many really good Marvel movies have there been?
There have been watchable ones, but not good ones. I can't think of one.
I would argue that there has not been a great Marvel movie since then. We've had some watchable, like I like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We'll count No Way Home, even though it's a Sony movie. Deadpool Wolverine is a novelty, but I would say No Way Home is a novelty too. But we have had no great movies for Marvel in over 6 years.
Well, if WonderCon is any indication, like you see that Spider-Man and Batman are popular and no one cares about anything else, and anime dominates. I mean, dominates.
Yeah, I brought that up at MegaCon. I saw more Luffy than I did Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But to Marvel, okay, then how many good D+ Marvel shows have there been, Chris? How many great ones?
None. Zero.
None.
Nothing that would get me to subscribe to the platform just to watch.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
There's ones that started out with promise and fell hard, but oh my god, X-Men 97 is the only show I liked, like kind of all the way through, and the Guardians Christmas special, and then super mid would be Werewolf by Night. So those were specials, but nothing great and nothing even really good. Is there anything I'm missing there, Chris? Is there something that you liked?
No, I can't think of one. I mean, I hardly would finish the Disney Marvel shows, the Disney Plus Marvel shows. I'd start it, I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'm interested. Like Captain America and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I never finished it. I mean, I saw all the clips of Do Better, but I never finished the show. It was like every time I would start one of these Disney Plus Marvel shows, it'd be like, okay, that's a good start. Let's see. And I'd never finish it. What one did I finish? I know I finished one. I just don't remember. They just,
that memorable, huh?
They're not memorable. And not only that, they're like, it was such an opportunity. You know what was better than the Disney Plus Marvel shows? Maybe you remember, was the Marvel shorts they would put on the Blu-rays.
Yep.
The shorts were great.
They were fun.
Little in-between stories, like 5-10 minutes. And they were cool little like expansions of the universe. Weren't necessary, but like good. They remind me of like those like little 8-page things in the back. They'd have extra room in the back of a comic. They'd tell a little side tale, right? And that's what those shorts were. And they were great. I thought that's what Disney Plus was supposed to be. I mean, what's weird is Wonder Man might be one of the better ones of all of them, but that's the bar is so low, it doesn't matter. I can't believe they're making a season 2. Why?
I can.
Like what? Probably because it's cheap.
In theory, having your movies be held together with like light threads of a TV show where you can go on the street level conceptually is a great idea that they didn't do. Yeah. And now they're trying to do it with Daredevil, which is, by the way, I think it was 2 years ago, the TV division has completely separated from Marvel Studios. So Kevin Feige has final say on stuff, but he doesn't really run what's going on in TV right now. He just signs it off and there's somebody else dealing with it because Kevin was spread too thin. And the reason he was spread too thin, and we've gone over it a lot on this channel, is he got rid of the creative cabal that was around him that started the MCU, where even Edgar Wright was involved, Jon Favreau was involved, Robert Downey Jr. was involved, and Joss Whedon was involved. And he mapped out a lot of this stuff. And then James Gunn was involved, especially with the Galactic stuff. And they're all gone now. They're all gone. I don't think Joss Whedon will ever come back. I don't think anybody will have him back. But like losing him was huge, absolutely huge. Even though, like, listen, we could talk about Avengers: Age of Ultron, not the greatest Avengers movie. The best Avengers movie is Avengers. It is. I know people will bring up Infinity War, but the problem with Infinity War is like it's half a movie. It ends on a cliffhanger. It's really good. Second best Avengers movie.
I love that cliffhanger. I thought it was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I bet I haven't watched Age of Ultron in a while, but I bet if you watch it, you're like, oh wow, it's not as bad as it compared to the
comparatively. Yes,
comparatively over the last 7 years, it's better.
Civil War might be the second best Avengers movie.
So, yeah, it's an Avengers movie.
But that one got a lot of criticism too at the time. It did, with Zemo and not overtly, but I think there's a lot of, you go back and watch Civil War. It's really good. It's the best Marvel Spider-Man movie. It's the best Marvel Black Panther movie. They're all introduced pretty well in that. But we're so far. I just watched Civil War, a month ago, and I just marveled at how far we've gone. We've like gone to the bottom on this one, and it's a shame. But I don't think there's much they can do other than a full, like, outright reboot, which I wish I could talk more about it, which they're not going to do. Okay, they're just not. I do think they are going to be sunsetting some characters. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have any information on this, Chris, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Shang-Chi gets sunsetted. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they just include him in team stuff. But there is a reboot coming. And they're going to consolidate things. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. So they're basing it on the Secret Wars from 2016, I think. And that's where they consolidated some stuff in the comics. They're going to be doing the same with the MCU. Now, where they move forward, it is some wacky stuff. I can't wait for you to hear it. I think it will energize some people, Chris, as far as like it'll be big news. But I don't think and when you know what it's going to be like, Chris? It's going to be like Robert Downey Jr. being announced as Dr. Doom. People went, wow. Big? Yeah, people went, whoa, and then went, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So when you hear the news, it'll be tonally like that.
Okay.
It'll be like, that's amazing and perplexing all at once. So, and I think they've just lost their identity, which is a shame because this thing could have gone on for so long. But they rushed. They still try to blame Bob Chapek. Like that is a thing that they do. I think Bob Iger's starting to get some of this blame now, which he should, because I'm not like a champion of Bob Chapek. I think he bent the knee so fast when he was the CEO that that was the day he was fired. And a lot of people said he shouldn't have been hired in the first place, but at least at first he's like, hey, we don't want to get political. Then they put the rainbow colored gun to his head and he had to do the hostage video. But behind the scenes, Bob Iger was still controlling everything, And Disney Plus was his legacy, and they wanted content. That's what they wanted. But they can't, if you can't make a street level rated R Daredevil show, like what can you do?
If you can't make a Blade movie,
dude, for real. Great point.
Come on.
If you can't, when Kevin Feige said, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, when he said, we didn't want to just put him in leather and have him killing vampires.
Why not?
That's what everybody wanted. You're not making high art here, Kevin. Okay. You're making a Blade movie. That's another easy layup, especially with Mahershala Ali. Like he's a great actor. Yeah. Like he's a good choice.
Oscar winning actor.
But he's so fucking old now. You might as well just bring back Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. Well, they did.
Motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
It's so funny how the simple choice is like they're not capable of making the simple choice, the simple thing. And what's sad is I think superheroes as a brand, as like a category, I mean, it's beyond fatigue now. It's no one cares. And, I mean, I could tell that from being at WonderCon. When it used to be Marvel dominated, Star Wars dominated.
Well, it's a Disney's backyard.
Yeah, and it was few and far between.
How long do you think it lasts?
If I were San Diego Comic-Con, I'd seriously look at either downsizing WonderCon or getting. I'm told that there are people there that are part of the problem. I'll say this: I was not invited to participate in pitching panels to WonderCon, and that happened every year.
Well, WonderCon's too close to MegaCon too. MegaCon is the biggest convention in the country now.
Yeah.
Numero uno. Now, it is because it's got a bigger facility, right? Now, San Diego is still numero uno as far as like prestige and how people look at it, and those tickets sell out in minutes.
Yeah. It's also Hollywood. They get Hollywood down there. My prediction, big Marvel panel this year. Downey will be there, Chris Evans. They will debut a more extended Doomsday trailer. They'll show a scene from Doomsday. That they have to. And I think Marvel will dominate San Diego Comic-Con this year.
So, and here's the distinctive difference between Endgame, Infinity War, Endgame, and Doomsday and Secret Wars. Infinity War, thinking of the comic, and Endgame were the culmination of phases that they have set up a villain. They have put the pieces in place. They put the heroes in crisis, and everything is going to shit. And the whole thing was the heroes who are fighting each other have to come together to fight the bigger bad, and we've been building up to that for years. This one is, we just pulled a villain out of our ass because our last one didn't work out, and we're going to fill it full of cameos, and you're not going to know the consequences or anything. And it's multiverse. Okay. Elevator pitched me the multiverse, Kevin Feige, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
There's no way he could. There's no way he could. So there's no build up to Doctor Doom. The Doctor Doom at the end of Fantastic Four wasn't even Robert Downey Jr. in the costume. It was a fucking day player. Right. So we're going into this cold. We don't know what his motivation is. And they're going to have to spend a bunch of time building up Doctor Doom. Right. So, and then it's cameos, and then it's Fox X-Men. That's your selling point as a 90-year-old Ian McKellen. God bless him. And Patrick Stewart dying for the 50th time. Yeah, there's no setup to Doomsday at all. What you looking at, Chris?
Look at the chat. It's distracting. I'm reading the chat. People are saying, why don't you move? No, Chris, is this coming out on Blu-ray?
Chris, pay attention to me. This is a show. Pay attention to me.
Chat, it's right under me, right here.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking at it. I can see what you're saying.
I can read the chat and still do a show.
I can do that as well, but people are swearing. The swear jar is right here, folks. Yeah, it's really disheartening, man. It's really disheartening.
It is. It is. All right, let's look at the Supergirl trailer.
Oh my God. All right. You want me to bring it up or you?
I'll bring it up.
Okay. I've seen such good comments. I have stuff saved I want to share, Gary, about this. Yeah, let's look at this again.
Pulling it up. Oh, wait. Hang on.
Yes, the Godzilla -0 presentation will be at CinemaCon.
What day?
We will be there. I think it's Tuesday.
I hope it's early. Yeah, I hope it's early because I can't stay there all week.
We're there Sunday through Thursday. driving back Thursday.
All right. I've got it.
You got the trailer?
I've got the trailer.
It's in the private chat. Here we go.
Here we go. I don't know. Like maybe this is an alien world where the ground is made of diamond. I don't know why a bottle would break on the ground.
So that's the whole plot is we got to save the dog.
Save the dog.
That's it.
We got to save the dog.
Yeah.
I'm looking up Craig Gillespie's IMDb. Hang on. There he is. Craig Gillespie's IMDb. Who has directed the Fright Night remake, Lars and the Real Girl, I, Tanya, and The Finest Hours, Better Sister, and that's producer. What's director? Here we go.
These are like little indie movies. I, Tanya was okay.
Yeah. Your Friends and Neighbors from 2025.
Yes, these are little indie movies.
From noted filmmaker Craig Gillespie, maker of the remake of Fright Night. That's the only one I remember seeing.
I did see that as well.
And it was not near as good as the original. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
So this looks like James Gunn made this. I mean,
yes.
Without question. This was, I mean, he hired some, I assume they're friends because Gunn only works with people he is friends with. He seems to. And then it looks like he really micromanaged Gillespie and kind of maybe even ghost directed. Like, gotta do this, gotta have this. The music is a big part of it. You know, she's basically wearing an headset for an iPod, like in one of the promos.
Yeah, it's looking a lot like a James Gunn movie to me.
Yeah. Well, someone said it looks like, this was a great observation. I'll bring up the tweet. It looks like the fake movie at the end of Fall Guy with Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
If you, there's they have the fake movie and they show footage at Comic-Con in San Diego. It's like, that's what this movie looks like.
It looks like a James Gunn movie. It looks like you know, and James Gunn has been just copying his own homework for so long now. And I'll just throw out some speculation that might be confirmed as true. We'll see. I'm guessing he has worked a lot on this movie and has continued to work a lot on this movie. I'm guessing there's a lot of notes, maybe scenes, who knows, actually directed by James Gunn. So, yeah, I don't see, he doesn't strike me as the guy who's going to like let go of the reins of something, you know, especially his second film. Again, such a weird choice. Better than The Authority, 100% better than The Authority. I like Supergirl as a character. I think Millie Alcock is actually pretty good casting for the role. Yeah. She did a good job in House of the Dragon. I got no problem with her. It's the people writing it I have a problem with. I didn't get it.
He's kind of born to play that role. It's better than
that's fan casting from like back in the day, but yes. I think it's great. I think he looks great as Lobo. I would much rather see a Lobo movie with Jason Momoa than this, to be honest with you. Oh, get into some Jack Kirby Fourth World stuff. That'd be fucking awesome with the right people. But yeah, it looks a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, same color palette and everything, man. I'm trying to give us some credit. It's a little brighter than other movies we've seen, a little bit, but then it gets muddy in other parts. Yeah, it's still pretty muddy right there.
Yeah. It's like they put an Instagram filter on everything and it looks like shit.
Yep.
There really is a skill to color grading a movie. I mean, the Lord of the Rings films, you probably already know this, Gary, they were saved with the color correction because I mean, the lighting was all over the place. I mean, I mean, so ambitious.
Yeah.
And doing the 3 movies at one time, which I think is smart. But that movie was saved in the color grading.
It certainly was some of the best special features of all time. If you get the gold Blu-ray a box set of Lord of the Rings, it's got all those special features on it that Rob worked on.
Yeah.
And it is like capturing lightning in a bottle 101. Yeah. And it all came down to having the right person at the right time, filming them back to back. And I think most importantly of all, they really show the chemistry between the cast. They all like loved each other.
Yes. The stories behind the movie were like fun. Like, it reminds me of Project Hail Mary. Every story behind the scenes is like this very positive, everyone working hard for a vision. All the stories about Lord, they all became friends, like forever friends. And I'm reminded of you remember this, Gary, when Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn pitched Peter Jackson, I think it was the MTV Movie Awards, doing a sequel to Lord of the Rings, and it's played as funny. And now he's doing 2 sequels. I mean, if you watch that now, I watched it recently.
I did too.
It's so like, oh my God.
So
you could laugh at that.
I mean, from the outside looking in, and I think one of the problems with a Supergirl is your eye isn't on the ball for Supergirl for the whole time. So what I mean by is like they're making this movie, but James Gunn has his eye on other projects and how this is the Marvel problem too. The problem that he made fun of Marvel for, he is now doing the same fucking thing. Your eye is not on the ball. You're kind of looking at this, but then you're looking off on okay, my next movie and my next thing, instead of like making a good Superman movie and just worrying about that, giving that Superman movie a beginning, middle, and end to where if no other movies are made, at least you got this Superman movie made, and it won't connect to anything else, and people can watch it in isolation all day long. That cannot be said about Man of Steel. That absolutely cannot be said. Man of Steel is an episode of television, if anything.
Superman?
Superman's James Gunn. Sorry, Man of Steel. Did I say Man of Steel?
Yeah, you said Man of Steel.
Man of Steel is the movie that made more than Superman's James Gunn, so I apologize to the Man of Steel, which is a movie that you can watch and not watch any of the other Snyder stuff and be fine just watching that movie.
Yeah. And by the way, it's been reported there've been like 8 test screenings. I did not hear that because I know people that go to those test screenings.
Yeah, I know there's been at least 3.
People, at least 3. That's what I heard. 3. And there were 2 different endings.
Yes. Well,
and a different post-credit scene.
Remember, so I heard we were told a post-credit scene for live on the air. You asked somebody, you text somebody, and they got back to you that there was going to be a post-credit scene in Superman's James Gunn of Green Lantern and Brainiac.
Yeah, and they cut it.
And they cut it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I've heard. So, and it's a very mixed reviews from these test screenings.
Yeah. What have you heard?
Well, I've heard the villain sucks, and the movie is mid, and she's not very likable. So, and apparently they've added more Superman. He's a bigger part of the film now, the later cut.
Well, I mean, she's not really coming off as super likable in the trailer. Again, it's just a trailer. So this movie could be better than Superman. Like you said, that's a pretty low bar.
I actually think it could be. It could really be, but it's not a Supergirl movie. It's Guardians 4 is what this is.
It's True Grit in space with the dog.
Yeah, and why is she wearing a trench coat? Is there a different? It's just so Peter Quill to me.
It's just so white woman in Hollywood going out to a bar, going out to a bar at night. It's your bar jacket.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen women like this in LA. She is just like she is a stare. You know who I think she's based on a bit? Gunn's wife.
She probably is.
Based on Gunn's wife when they first met.
You're
I've
probably
read
right.
things or heard them talk about things of like how they got
Everything
together.
is based on a aspect of Gunn's life.
Yeah, like the dog, her like kind of a mess, but gets her by the end, gets her shit together. Like that's this may be more of I okay, let's keep our ears open. When they start doing press for this, if Gunn is involved in the press heavily, I'll bet it comes up. Make a bingo card. It comes up that, well, it's kind of based on my wife. Like when we first met, she was kind of like I'm telling you.
Gunn's gonna be sitting down there going, I couldn't crack Aquaman until I looked at my goldfish.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
god, it's just
It's his wife. You know it. Um, the remix of pop songs with the loud drums preceded by a piano key.
yeah.
Can we stop?
It's
Can we?
it's
It's as bad as the French horn farts from 10 years ago. Sorry, go
it's
on.
it's sameness. It's sameness. I have a whole bunch of things queued up to show you related after we watch it, but Gary, it's just this sameness about it that is look, I think what this is reflecting a type of woman I think that exists not in the majority, but on the coasts, right? This is a type of woman that
Yep.
exists. And I feel like what this film could have done is been the opposite. Been a woman who is accountable, who is self-sacrificing, who is a hero, who and maybe she does become that in the movie, but I feel like I remember just what an impact the Chris Reeves 78 Superman had on me as a kid. I wanted to be like Superman. I wanted to be a good person. I want to make good moral choices in my life. Obviously, I can't be Superman. I don't have superpowers, but you know, I can reflect the values. And there's nothing about this is why I feel sad for uh the Gen Z and Alpha of today. Where are their heroes? Where are their heroes?
They're
We had
finding them somewhere else in Eastern entertainment. That's where they're
right.
finding them.
We had heroes growing up, Gary. We had these heroes
Yep.
to aspire to be, different flavors of types of heroes, but they all had, even the anti-heroes had values. I don't know what her values are, her dog and lamenting the loss of her world, which, can be addressed, but can she rise above her circumstances? Maybe that's the journey by the end. But wow,
Probably.
I mean, I'm not sucked in by her character. Put aside the muddy look, the action, which is there's a sameness about this. There's nothing in this I haven't seen before. Okay, Crypto as a puppy. Never seen that. But what I'm saying is we've seen all this before. What is it about the character that draws you in where you're like, oh my God, I have to see that story. I have to see how this plays out. I immediately care. I'm not seeing that in this trailer at all.
Yeah, seen her flying around with a trench coat on for some reason.
Yeah, why?
Does she get cold?
Yeah, I don't know. Does she? Maybe on this world she does. And she can get drunk on a world with a red sun. That she likes to get drunk. She's drunk all the time and waking
Yep.
up drunk.
But she can't be on a world with the yellow sun getting drunk because she won't get drunk. So she has to go to other places. That's why she's transported to these other places. But then will she have all of her powers or just some of them? Will it
That's
kind of
when
be held up and like, yeah.
is she depowered? You know? I don't know. I never read that comic. This is kind of loosely based on.
This is loosely based. Well, it's nothing like the comic, to be honest with you, other than like the framework of what I'm seeing so far. I could be wrong, but I'm just watching a trailer right now. Yeah. But yeah, let's continue.
Bench.
That looks muddy. That's like muddy.
That looks like the end of the Fall Guy.
Looks like the end of the Fall Guy. Looks like Endgame. Looks like so much stuff.
So celebrate
Supergirl and her heroic family members, Superman and Krypto, on Superman Day. All right. Well.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at a few things.
As far as trailers go, it's not like it's cringe or anything. It's just exists. It exists. I'm not feeling like super hyped in the least bit. And I think this is going to get lost in the minutia of this year. Lots of good movies coming out, potentially good movies or big movies, we'll say, coming out this year. I just think this one kind of gets released and forgotten. Could be wrong. Maybe it'll make $1 billion, Chris.
Well, I got into it not in a bad way, talking with some people online, Nina Infinity and some others, and I just questioned: do women want to see themselves as these characters? And Disbrew had some great comments. Find that thread in my replies. I just was like, women want to see. They don't want to see themselves. I see a lot of like small indie movies with women and guns, women gun-toting women. They want to do the female John Wick. That happens a lot. Or women in action movies, punching dudes and being badasses. I feel like women don't want these movies, and a female hero like a Supergirl, which was what Disbrew pointed out, like it's kind of made for guys to see that.
It is.
It's kind of made for guys. And what movies that women really want to see are Barbie and The Devil Wears Prada 2.
They want to see the dudes being heroes. That's what women mostly want to see. More women by percentage went to see the first Aquaman movie than Captain Marvel.
Right.
Like by a lot. And more men will watch Supergirl. So it comes from when you have a female action hero that doesn't have a chip on her shoulder towards men, it's fine. It works out.
Yeah.
Alien's been brought up a lot. Terminator 2, but when you approach it with this woman has a chip on her shoulder, which anything you can do, I can do better. It's right. That attitude, and you can see it. I also think the perspective of the writers is men need to see this story, that women are strong too. They can be just like men.
It's a big virtue, big virtue signal.
Yeah. So, and Supergirl might not be that. Okay. It might be just messy woman becomes less messy. So we get her whole character arc. So what's her personality going to be after that? It's still going to be messy woman. Yeah. So she'll become unmessy and understand that like her black pill point of view of the world is bad, and Superman's white pill point of view is better. And she'll learn that by the end of the movie. And then she'll revert back to being sassy, nihilistic, black-pilled Supergirl for the rest of whatever they do, which could be just Man of Tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? But you pointed something out. Sorry. Here.
Yeah, look at that.
Very controversial statement.
Oh no. All I said was Rachel Zegler energy. That's it. 3 words.
So, and if you could after this X-Ray Girl, find the full article so we can get the full context. But what Variety decided to point out is Supergirl star Millie Alcock knows she'll face backlash by simply existing as a woman in a franchise IP. And a quote, "We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself.
What do you mean ownership
That's
of women's bodies? It's weird.
Yeah, nobody's approaching this movie like that at all, right? And you know, Variety is doing what Variety does, right? They're there to gaslight. But when the press comes out and actors come out and do this stuff prior to a movie, it's the biggest fucking red flag of them all.
Yeah.
Where you're already taking a swing at your audience. And we'll get into people saying we took it personal. Like, I took it personally. It's like, no, it's simply an observation based on pattern recognition, Chris. Pattern recognition. We have seen this before. We just saw it 4 days ago with Black Snape and Papa Escuito saying he got death threats. The reason they decided to go public with that, because most of the time they don't, Chris. Why don't they go public with death threats? Because it invites more of them. It brings attention, but they strategically bring it up when it is a marketing tool, and it's to get out in front of a controversial decision that they know is a bad decision, so they can frame it as the fans' fault, so they could deflect any responsibility. And a lot of times they even throw the dumb actor who goes along with this under the bus. You know, do you think Brie Larson feels a little burned by the fans or Marvel?
Probably at this point, Marvel. If you see the way she's acted on the tour, the press tour for Mario Galaxy, she's a changed woman.
She certainly felt burned by the fans in the beginning, but as time went on and they saw that Marvel didn't really back her play very much, reduced her in Endgame, filled her sequel full of other people where she lost top billing on her own sequel, and now she's not even in Doomsday at all. Don't know if she'll be in Secret Wars. And when she gave that interview, and Mark Malkin, yeah, he said, "Are you going to do another Captain Marvel?" He's like, and she goes, "Do they want me to?" I don't know. I think that was a real response. Yeah. And I don't think that was directed at fans. I think that was directed at Marvel. And she has learned to shut the hell up, go out there, be grateful. And now, like, she's on a redemption arc. I think pretty much people are like, yeah, Brie's cool. You know, and then, you know, comparatively, if we look at Rachel Zegler compared to her, or Pedro Pascal or Simu Liu, like, what she did was nothing compared to those three idiots.
Yeah.
Supergirl star Millie Alcock says, "I really can't stop backlash and understands why Scorsese and Ridley Scott criticize superhero movies. Not every film is for everyone." Here. Let me hang on, X-Ray Girl. You know what? Give me the link.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, I want to scan through it. I don't want to read the whole thing. So
okay.
Hang on. So Millie Alcock, told Vanity Fair in a new interview that she's aware that she's going to face backlash over Warner Brothers Supergirl simply because she's a female superhero. Okay. You're not going to face backlash simply because you're a female superhero. All right. I would say, listen, there's always going to be stuff online. That's part of being famous, Chris. You're going to get shit. She's called ugly. I don't think she's ugly at all. I think she's actually pretty well cast for the role. And I think that's what most people have been saying, right? You know, the world isn't X. I think most people are like, yeah, she's fine. The criticisms of this film have nothing to do with her being female. It's actually mostly with the males involved in this movie. The 25-year-old actor is no stranger to dealing with intense fandoms, having broke out as Rhaenyra Targaryen in the first season of HBO's Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, where nobody complained about her at all. Zero. It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on. Show me where people commented on that with House of the Dragon. We have become very comfortable with having this weird ownership over women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself. I would have just said, I could only be myself. Now, Little Platoon, his response was really good. Hold the fort for a second, Chris, while I find this.
Yeah. Now, I will say this: their Variety is quoting a Vanity Fair interview, which I'm sure is very long, just Q&A. Maybe I can look and find that, but that's a very heady, like, Vanity Fair definitely smells its own farts when they do interviews with like celebrities. They talk about, you know, they talk like this. This was not done for Variety. They're quoting a different interview, and it's weird. Yeah, I think I read this one where it's like they just end up parroting the same things, the same talking points.
Yeah, I mean, it's an adult pretender getting talking points. Little Platoon says it here. It's like some invasion of the body snatchers type thing. Young women go to Hollywood, seemingly normal, even quite talented. And then they come out saying not only the same asinine things, but in exactly the same asinine way. Nobody who has not been body swapped by a pod uses phrases like ownership of women's bodies. Nobody. It's pod speak. You can always tell pod speak because the words are the same and the speaker is totally interchangeable. They do not think, they recite.
That's
right. Why I call them adult pretenders.
And having met my share of actors being here, that is true. That is so true. They are vapid, have no ideas of their own. So they get filled with ideas through their talent managers, through publicists, through the people they're surrounded by. And those people are batshit and are vapid as well. They're repeating the things that get them work.
And to the point of a couple of people who called us out for, my tweet was how to kill a movie in its crib.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because that's exactly how you do it. Whether Variety or led her into that or not, she has to know better, especially when you're getting into fandom. And this stuff goes way back. I brought up Michael Keaton, Heath Ledger, Hugh Jackman, Ben Affleck, all got a bunch of shit for taking their roles, like a bunch. Now, there was no online when Michael Keaton, if there was, he would have gotten destroyed. But Ben Affleck was, I think it was comparable. And I was one of the few people on planet Earth saying, I think it's a good casting. I think it's because he's a comic book fan.
I thought so too. I thought he'd make a great Bruce Wayne. I like when Ben Affleck, and also wait and see. I mean, that first photo they put of him with he's looking all dour. That was kind of funny, but I think the worst was Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton
going to comic stores. That was all the talk. Michael Keaton, the guy from just
the short little skinny comedian from Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom is going to be Batman. Yeah. Like
that was it. And then,
and I'm not going to say I was all on board with it either. I was like, really? Either. That's a weird choice. I don't,
Then that movie Clean and Sober came out. It's like, oh, we can do drama. And then there was an issue of Time Magazine, it was either Time or Newsweek, that had that first photo of him as Batman in front of the car. And he had the whole suit on, and everyone totally was like, whoa, that could work. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember Jack Nicholson. The first appearance of Jack Nicholson was in the Inquirer. They stole a shot.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
I didn't see that.
No. It was controversial. Well, Tim Burton directing was the guy from Pee-wee fucking Big Adventure is directing Batman. What? I wanted John McTiernan. That was my fan casting, believe it or not, was Alec Baldwin as Batman or Tom Berenger, and then directed by John McTiernan, guy who directed Die Hard. Right. That was my fan canon for casting that. But when Heath Ledger was announced, a bunch of people were like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I just watched Brothers Grimm. which is a strangely pedestrian Terry Gilliam movie that I liked quite a bit. And he plays this just quirky, one of the quirky brothers. I think he can pull it off. I think he can pull it off. I didn't think it would be as good as it was. But yeah, Hugh Jackman was the one I was like, he's too tall. He's too tall.
Yeah.
I was straight up. He's too tall.
I feel like a handsome Wolverine. That guy from what's that Netflix show? He's really short.
That guy from that Netflix show. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, you and I, we have one brain cell between us. I'll find it.
The guy from the Netflix show.
No, it's the one that's getting all the accolades, and he was a big hit in Britain, and they made kids watch it in school, and then it won a bunch of awards.
Adolescence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad from Adolescence.
As who?
Wolverine.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Wolverine's short, stout, and ugly in the comics.
He fits the bill.
Yeah. Short, stout, and ugly.
Yeah.
He's not tall and handsome.
Yeah. So. I don't know if you want to share screen like this post that someone put up here.
Well,
this is comparing the Superman trailer and the Supergirl
this is totally on purpose, by the way. It's not like they're hiding from it.
Right.
They're supposed to be polar opposites, all right? Two sides of the coin, and they're going to mirror things. And I think they think it's a really creative choice. And we see the really good side, the non-black pilled side, and the black pilled side. The problem is you didn't develop Superman's character enough to convince me that he is the paragon of goodness, because he whined a lot. So, I mean, I think that destroys what I totally see what they're trying to do. But what do you want to bet that Supergirl gets more character development that you can understand than Superman? Because I don't believe James Gunn is a hopeful person. I don't think he believes in truth, justice, and the American way. I don't believe he believes in any of the values of Superman. I think he thinks he knows and he can try, but he's always been an irreverent. He's from trauma, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not like hero stories.
Okay. I think that screen time wise, Supergirl will be more featured in the Supergirl movie than Superman was in the Superman movie. Too. She'll have more screen time, and it'll be less of an ensemble. It even appears that way from the trailer.
But I think they'll be able to do the cynical point of view a lot easier, and that will come off at least more. I don't know. It will be more clarified in the story than Superman's character, which I do not believe was clarified in the story. I think we got an idea of what Superman was like, but Man of Steel, Donner's Superman. I won't say Superman Returns because the character was lost in no dialogue and being creepy. But in those two movies, you know who Superman is by the end. You know who he is. I don't know who Superman is after Superman's James Gunn. I have an idea. But you think that has to be clarified by the end. And I think we will get that with Supergirl. Could be wrong. All right.
There's more things I could share, but it's all just things we've repeated. But I can't believe my innocuous post. I normally don't get hate, or I just ignore it. I noticed wow, people are.
Oh, you get hate, you but just mostly ignore it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't see it because I post in Ghost, and then I'll just post something else. But yeah, no, I couldn't believe I didn't realize people were that cruel on X. But then the people that were coming after me were had 0 followers or 12.
So unsolicited advice for content creation.
Yeah.
Do not, if you're going to read the comments and read the chat, do not take it to heart. Okay. Don't take it to heart. Because most of it's trolling. Nobody's really serious, and that's just part of life. You're hearing everybody's opinion unfiltered, and they feel very safe to do it. So don't take it to heart, or it'll crush you. And don't let the good ones go to your head, because it'll make your head too fucking big. It'll make you feel like you can do no wrong. And we have to remind ourselves every day that we are humble, fallible human beings. And you'll be fine. Basically, don't give a fuck. I get horrible stuff every day. People sling things at my fucking family over my opinions of that's the internet, baby. That's part of the game. We have to know that going in. An actor has to know that going in too. You accept the role. Even if you're good for the role, you're going to get some shit. That's just life. Yeah. And to blame it on the audience, well, you can't blame it on an audience that has been absolutely gaslit for the last 10 years. You can't. We even with a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, with certain changes in that, there were some people giving their opinion, and they're allowed to do that. You're allowed to feel the way you fucking feel and say what you want. I won't agree with all of it, especially, with a possible race swap in Flea Bottom, which actually worked for the story. A lot of people were complaining about that, and that's fine. Complain, and you're free to complain here on this channel. You are. I will disagree, but you're free to complain. But we're not going to blame you for anything. And Hollywood has been, they do gaslight casting. Black Snape is gaslight casting. Yeah. And Millie Alcock, people called her ugly. And what's the actor that they said she looks like? The guy who played Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's just, dude, that is just the internet. And women are calling her ugly too. I don't think she's ugly.
I don't think
at
so
all,
either.
At all. So, and I thought she did a really good job in House of the Dragon. And when she was cast, I was like, oh, that's good. I think that's good. But I think we've pretty much across the board said that about the casting of Superman's James Gunn. I think the casting's pretty good. David Cornsweet has got a lazy eye. He does. You can even see in the trailer, dude. But I still think he could be a great Superman if given the right material. Like DC has a potential to get better. They just need to find a different writer and director than James Gunn. That's what they need right now.
He can't make all the movies. Like, that's why I'm more interested in the Batman 2. And I guess Pattinson, he starts shooting this week or next week.
Yep.
They're starting now.
Oh yeah. As far as if you ask me what I'm more interested in, it's the Batman Part 2 than Superman Man of Tomorrow.
100%.
And it's not like my feelings have not changed on the Batman after I watched the Penguin, which I loved. I'm like, I'm going to go watch the Batman again, and maybe my mind has changed. Oh, no, it hasn't.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've already discussed it. I think you and I both, a lot of people have a lot of problems with that movie, but the good stuff is really good. And I think, I'm sure that whether they hear the feedback, they hear fans say what they like and don't like. And I think you'll see reflected in the script some pivots on certain things, or maybe things they would have done that
like Laura and Jor-El. You think they pivot on that? Because that is
on that
abomination.
That's still why I can't like the Superman movie is because Jor-El was like this, he's got these two good fathers that give Clark different things that he needs. And that's a beautiful story. And the fact they turned him evil.
And it was just from a one-off line in Man of Steel by John Byrne, which is absolutely brilliant. Everybody should read it. When Laura and Jor-El are discussing the destination, Earth, and Laura's all, well, why doesn't he just go down? They seem pretty primitive. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. They seem pretty primitive. Why doesn't he just go down there and conquer? And Jor-El goes, yeah, I guess we could do that, but I think he can be something they need. Like, he can provide hope and leadership, through, being one of them. So he extrapolated that and like left off the Jor-El follow-up in that line. right? And just did that because he thought it would be funny and it'd be different. Criticize Snyder all you want. The Krypton stuff was fucking awesome.
Oh, that Krypton stuff I love.
Was awesome.
The music, just everything, that opening is amazing. Russell Crowe is so good. And sort of the ghost version or whatever of him that comes in later, that's good too. Like he really pulled that. It was great. It's and for him to throw it off, I thought they were going to fix it. Like, that's not what he said. This is what, or even, Supergirl could have come in and said, that's not the translation. It's really this. She would know, wouldn't she? Why didn't Superman ask her?
Do we know when Supergirl takes place? Is it before Superman? After Superman?
No,
anybody?
I haven't seen anything about that. But that thing just always stuck with me. I only saw Superman twice. But it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Yeah.
I had to see it for the review. And I own all the Superman movies. I own Superman Returns. I will not own this one. I would never watch it.
I didn't buy it.
Dude, I have the Superboy TV series from the late 80s, early 90s on DVD.
Nice.
I'd watch Quest for Peace more than I'd watch Superman 3 more than this. But X-Ray Girl, pull up Angry Joe's response to Chris.
Oh no.
He was.
Am I gonna get sad, or is it just Angry Joe?
Do you care what Angry Joe thinks?
Honestly, I don't.
Okay, then you won't get sad. It's a little TLDR.
Oh no.
Sigh. Actress responds reasonably. Chris Gore and his buddies have a disingenuous fit. Did we have a fit? You wrote a single sentence. I wrote a single sentence.
And I didn't say fuck her. I said I commented in the replies to I want this movie to be good. I really want to like it, but this is not going to help. It's going to turn people off. That's what I said.
I would argue a wall of text is a bit of a fit.
Yeah.
Rachel shat on the source material. Millie says all she could do is the best she can. After she said there's some kind of weird ownership of men's bodies. If she would have left that out and said all she can do is the best she can, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fuck her, right? Did you all even read it? She didn't even insult you weirdos, and you all still knee-jerk. That headline that Variety decided to highlight, whether she walked into it or not, you can't control, Joe, as you know, you can't control what people think, right? And considering the gaslighting that Hollywood has done for the last 10 years, that's the last thing you want anybody to say, especially when we've had some good stuff out there, where with Project Hail Mary,
right?
And Ryan Gosling saying, it's not our job to bring. It's not the moviegoer's job to fix Hollywood. It's our job to fix Hollywood and get people to go. You need more humility, right? You and Nerdrotics would never be happy unless all females shut up about shit they deal with sometimes completely. Why it triggers y'all, I have no fucking idea. Well, stick to video games, I'd say. Yeah. Because we've been covering this for a long time. And again, I am simply making an observation. Wasn't upset at all. I'm like, wow, here we go again. Here we go again. We just dealt with this with Black Snape. And a lot of Hollywood has started to learn that they do need to shut up, because I don't know, Joe, how are things going in Hollywood right now? They going good?
Who is Angry Joe anyway? I'm really not aware. I feel
but like Chris, is Hollywood doing good right now? Are they doing great?
No. Did you realize how bad it is? I get so many messages from people in the industry about how bad it is now. And now with this acquisition, Paramount, acquiring WB, they're talking about shutting down studios and making a theme park.
Yeah.
Or anyways.
Yeah. So don't play dumb, Angry Joe. You know why fans will get upset or just roll their eyes at this and go, okay, here's another adult pretender saying something stupid. And Platoon is right. A lot of it is just regurgitated and they pretty much don't understand what they're going to say. But you can't play dumb and say, what? Why are y'all upset? I don't know. You have Mark Ruffalo, Simu Liu, Pedro Pascal, Rachel Zegler. I could go on and on, going off on half the country. Joe certainly does that quite a bit too, right? And they feel alienated. And if you look at the metrics of Hollywood, the actual numbers, ticket sales are down between 30 and 40%. Production is down between 30 and 40%. There is runaway production in Hollywood. The strikes devastated the industry, an industry that was already devastated because of COVID. And the one factor that nobody brings up except for us is it's also devastated by alienating half the country because you sell fucking hot dogs. That's what you do. And when you are representing your movie, when you're a Millie Alcock or a Pedro Pascal or a Rachel Zegler, you are selling the hot dogs of another company. It is customer service. And a lot of comic artists and actors have tried to hide behind, well, I don't work for the audience. I work for the company who pays me. In this social media world, now you wear the uniform of your company because that's where you get your validation, right? Comic book artists really forgot that the reason people even knew their names were the character they drew or wrote. It's not because of them. A lot of I could go on a list here. A lot of names have gone out into the independent sphere and found that out. And same with actors. Do you think anybody's going to be listening to Millie Alcock if she's not playing Supergirl? If she's in some indie film? So you're representing a big budget film. All you need to do is, I'm going to do the best I can. I've read up on Supergirl. You know, it's not a character you needed to know, but like I've done my research and I think she's a really good character. And I hope everybody has a good time at the theater. But to proceed, and he left that out, to precede it with men feel some weird ownership over women's bodies. It's like fuck says that? Maybe Angry Joe says that.
Yeah, this is how people who spent too much time in college with certain courses, like women's studies, that's how they talk. And whenever I see a wall of text like this and lots of expletives, I tune out because he has no argument. He's just, and he makes a lot of assumptions. Like this character in comic is literally everything y'all asked for. I didn't say any of that. I said 3 words: Rachel Zegler energy. Someone who is making statements outside the movie that could turn people off to the movie. That was my point. I wasn't criticizing her as a casting or the movie itself. I was pointing out in a short way, which by the way, gained 300 followers after I posted this. So might have backfired for him. All I'm saying is
go on.
No, but like, I'm just saying, please don't ruin this. And I feel like this isn't, if it were an indie movie, like an A24 film that was some body horror, that seems like a statement you could make in that context. This is a movie that should appeal to everyone going to the movies in the summer. Men, women, boys, girls, and these kinds of statements, as we saw with Snow White, ruin the financial, the ability for this movie to make its money back. And I think we've got a Marvels on our hands. What did the Marvels make? It barely cracked 200.
Barely cracked 200 million.
This could be worse.
And to be fair to the Marvels, nobody went out and pissed off the fandom. You know, you got to keep that in mind. These are the people paying your fucking bills. So even if you say something you don't think applies to them, you need to think about generalities and the internet and optics, because you're representing the company. People want to talk about professionalism all the time. It's part of the gig. By the way, Nerdrotics mentioned Michael Keaton, who mentioned did the same. Who you mentioned did the same. He dealt with and commented about his body too. I didn't bring up body or looks or anything. I didn't bring up any of this stuff. The character and the comic is literally everything you all asked for, and the opposite of a Mary Sue, somebody who actually earns it and is here ready to treat with same. It's fucking boring. We didn't comment about that. We commented about her statement.
He is like really like, did he look up your tweets from 1988 about
Maybe.
Michael Keaton?
I
yeah. mean, which didn't exist back then. He is like way overreaching with like, you know, his assumptions about what we all think. Source, like where did I say this? You know? I guess I can't say something.
And this is where every content creator makes a huge mistake. This is the reason I'm bringing this up. I get it's what your audience expects, but have some integrity and surprise us for once. You know, we probably share audience, Joe. So I'd be really careful about even making innocuous statements about an audience that's not mine. It's not yours. I am part of it. I am simply part. I am not above the audience, Joe. Some people might think they are. And to be fair to Joe, I doubt he's watched a second of my videos, and I haven't watched his in a long time.
Or mine either.
Yeah,
I don't
so
even know.
Whatever. But the reason I bring this up is, yes, he's a YouTuber, goes way back, and his name is Angry Joe, and he used to get angry at things. But man, he polishes that armor for Millie Alcock. When we're talking about her statement, we're not talking about her looks or the casting in the movie, which if you would watch my stuff, Joe, you would see that I defended. But you know, that's what he does. He always pops in on Jeremy's comments too, because he's got massive TDS, I guess. And that's something we really don't discuss that much on this channel. But I think it's good to point out that when they start bringing audiences up, you know, that's the core of the problem. That's what they're really bothered about. Joe doesn't care what I think. And in honest opinions and honest opinion, I think a statement like this can kill a movie in the crib. 100%. We've seen it time and time again. And to pretend that Hollywood hasn't gaslit the audience over the last 10 years is disingenuous.
There you are. I look forward to not watching his video commenting on our comments.
I hope he wears a Supergirl costume for his Supergirl review.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't know who this guy is, so don't know if I should care.
Wasn't he part of Channel Awesome?
I don't know that channel either.
That was something that had the Nostalgia Critic. I can't remember. I think I saw a documentary like 4 years ago.
Yeah, some people really got triggered by what I said. I just think
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I just think maybe don't go down that road of making comments that'll turn off the audience or your potential paying customers.
Well, I mean, yeah, go after me all you want, but you know, if you're worried about interaction and then you're taking swipes at the audience, don't wonder about interaction. Okay.
Exactly.
Don't question it.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, there is no my audience or Chris's audience or Joe's audience. There's the audience, and they people who watch me and Chris probably watch Campia and Joe and
Grace Randolph.
Grace Randolph. Yeah.
Yeah. Without a Grace stands in the chat right now. I can see how you could like her. She spends a lot of time in her eye makeup. I watch Grace. I want to know what Grace thinks.
I don't unless I'm on EFAP. Unless I'm on EFAP. Let's get to the people, Chris. Let's get to the people. Oh, what's this? Hang on.
Uh-oh, something come through? There's some breaking news.
Oh boy. No, it's somebody responding to Daredevil. So if you know, I don't know if you knew this or not. I think it was one of the actors. I think it was Vincent D'Onofrio, but I don't want to pin it on him if he didn't do it. Said something about that the anti-vigilante task force in Daredevil is ICE. It's an allegory for ICE. And then the writers came out and said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Don't say that.
Did they even brief these actors about please don't?
No, that's another way to kill your show in the crib, whether you're on the side of ICE or not. We're watching, this is a Wendy's. We're watching fucking Daredevil. I'd rather have them fight criminal organizations in The Hand and Bullseye. And it absolutely is ICE, by the way. So for the writers to come out and say it isn't, like, shut the fuck up. Stop it. But I was just Mahler sent me a comment from one person who said, for sure it ain't as artful as the original. That said, for sure I love to see Matt Murdock breaking the bones of ICE.
Well, I like Mahler. He drinks and he knows things.
He drinks and he knows things. And you can't even tell when he's drunk half the time.
Mahler?
Yeah. Except when he gets really drunk.
Well, like I've seen Drinker, Critical Drinker, making waves now in the trades. I love it.
Dude, they mentioned him in the trades.
I love it.
They were forced to mention Voldemort in the trades. It was great. And I'm sure that drives a lot of corporate critics crazy. And I'm sure it drives them crazy when I say that Critical Drinker, without a doubt, without question, the biggest film critic in the world.
Yeah, in terms of audience, 100%.
In terms of audience interaction, how much he's mentioned, influence,
his height, not
even close. Yeah,
his height is the biggest. He's taller than you and I.
Yes, he is.
So he is the biggest. No, that was great. That situation was bullshit and stupid. And Andy Weir shouldn't apologize.
No, he shouldn't have apologized at all. I mean, I understand why he did.
Dude, I'm joking. It's so weird. Like, why is Kurtzman being treated with such kid gloves? It seems really dumb. Like, do you care about hurting his feelings? Gotta be out of a job, before the end of the year. But he probably doesn't have to work again, so he's good.
I think Andy Weir's probably happy writing books, probably makes a pretty good living, probably got a hell of a pay bump, not even from the movie, but from the books being sold because of the movie. That's gonna give them life again. He's doing just fine, and he deserves it. He created a wonderful story, and it's a wonderful movie. And we are, oh, hold the phone.
Sure,
I gotta get this.
Okay, cool. Should we go to super chats?
Hi.
Hey, X-Ray girl, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm here. I didn't quit.
Wait, you're like, look, so you're working in the background. I'm like, where is she? Don't worry. I thought your internet was bad. Where'd you go?
No, my room is a complete mess. So you don't want to see what I'm working with, or maybe you do. I don't know. But yeah, I'm in the midst of moving my stuff, so it's a little
chaotic.
Messy here. It's definitely chaotic, and I look crazy too. My hair's a little like yours, actually, just longer.
Oh, good.
And blacker.
Okay, all right. Well, I just woke up like this. My method for my hair is shower before bed, and you wake up with bed head, and that's your style.
I love it. I love it.
I'll go with it. So wait, now what did you think of the Supergirl trailer? Are you excited?
No. I mean, when I think of like a girl I want to see on screen, it's definitely not like that. It's a little too parallel with my life, I suppose. Maybe I don't want to see myself on screen.
Right.
I really liked the Supergirl TV show.
Yeah, that was fun.
Someone sweet, that kind of persona of Supergirl. This whole like I'm down at the dumps drinking all the time and a mess. It's I I don't strive to be like that, I guess. It's like asking which Victoria's Secret girls do I like in terms of models? Which one I'm gonna buy the underwear from? The bigger girls or
I did
the
not see you going down that pathway, but yeah.
probably not.
Yeah.
No. But that's just like the easy parallel that I think. Like I would rather see someone I aspire to be than relate to more.
Well, let's talk popcorn buckets. When The Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out, will you get this popcorn bucket, which is a
No.
purse, comes with
No.
popcorn?
No.
Okay. I think that movie will be huge. It's going to be
Yeah, it probably
For
will
girls,
be.
yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
be-
absolutely.
The first one's actually really good.
It's
Yeah,
really
a
good.
movie. Like good cast, and they got the same cast back: Emily Blunt, Anne
Mhm.
Hathaway, and
Yeah.
Meryl Streep. I mean, that movie will be big. I predict.
Absolutely.
So you didn't get the Rocky popcorn bucket, Chris.
I did not.
I can't find it.
I cheated. I got it off eBay.
You also bought a Star Trek the Motion Picture Enterprise off eBay, and I looked up what I bought that for $700 like a year and a half ago. I just got it. It's like $3,000 plus.
I got it for less than that, but
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it was still way over $7.99, which I should have gotten it in the first place.
I told you about it.
And I hope my wife isn't listening because I just scored. It wasn't that expensive.
No.
So do you guys remember the Locutus of Borg life-size Picard that they had? I think it was in Blockbuster.
No,
yeah.
I mean, no, but
I got that.
Whoa.
Where are you gonna put that?
In my new office in
how big is it?
In Wisconsin. It's life size.
Oh my God. I could just see her face right now.
There's only 600 of them in the world.
So there'll be a satellite office in Wisconsin.
Yes. Yeah. Because I'll be living there a couple, 3 months a year. So
okay.
So we got a satellite studio in the Wisconsin house.
So
it won't be like this one. Okay. It's not going to be like this one. But yeah.
Good luck. Where are you getting it delivered?
Here.
Okay. Good luck.
So you have to drive it to Wisconsin. Just put it in the front seat.
I like remember the Spider-Man foam life-size Blockbuster one of Toby? I got that. I got the Dobby, the life-size Dobby. That was the movie promotional thing. I love those because they're rare.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of them.
They don't. No. So there's only like I said, there's only like 600. No, not even that much. It was, I forgot. It's a low number of Locutus of Borg. I'll get a life-size Black Snape, chat. That's right.
Oh my God. The memes that have come out, the AI videos, it's insane how that blew up. Your video that Perry Chan did, the Perry Chan
that's
video.
Perry Chan. Perry Chan made that. So.
Oh my God, dude. It's
on his channel. So if people are not aware, I have two other channels. So I have Nerdrotic Live where we re-upload this and I do some live stuff. And we do Forbidden Frontier. And Forbidden Frontier is going to have its own channel soon. But then we also have Nerdrotic Daily, which is all the clips from our live streams that Perry runs completely. He has full creative control over it. He makes the thumbs. He does the titles. He decides what to clip. And sometimes he puts a viral music video out on them. But yeah, so we have 3 channels, and Nerdrotic Daily, you guys have really been supporting it. I appreciate you guys. It's been doing really well. I do want to hint, I don't know if Garrett's been able to pull this off, but I'm going to hint it anyway. We're going to copy the Y files again. I've copied the Y files on a couple of things. So like compilations, totally ripped that off from the Y files. The Y Files does 24/7 streaming on Y Files Backstage, their alternate channel. And I listened to it last night. I listen to it every day. And it's just AJ's videos strung together, a bunch of them that run 24/7. So for our anniversary of Friday Night Tights on Nerdrotic Live, we are going to attempt to do 24/7 FNTs and
do them in order. Start with the first one.
Maybe we're going to start with we're going to pick 10 or 12 and loop them, and then we'll add on as time goes. And that it was just about figuring out a way to do this, because if you stream on YouTube, there's a 12-hour limit, but there is a way around that.
Do tell.
I'll tell you behind the scenes. I'll tell you behind the scenes. There is a way around it. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's what AJ did, but all hail AJ. Great guy. Subscribe to the Y Files, one of my all-time favorite channels.
And by the way, a lot of other channels are doing that. Shout Factory's doing that.
Yeah.
Farscape. Warner Brothers is doing that. They loop Pee Wee Herman. It's just playing whenever you turn on. I think YouTube is evolving into cable TV. It's evolving. It is. I mean, it already is bigger, but
why would you want to, unless you get a huge license fee, which you probably won't anymore? Why not take Babylon 5 and Farscape or older Doctor Who and just loop it on YouTube? And then you have a chat too. So you can have people involved in it. It's really
so many TV shows should do that. I would totally put Friends up and just leave it up while I'm doing stuff around the house.
Yeah, the chat for the Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Files 24/7. Sometimes there's 8,000 or 9,000 people watching at night.
It's insane.
It is insane. And the chat is kind of watching what's on there, but they're mostly just talking to each other, and there's a bunch of night owls just hanging out, and it's really effing cool. It's cool. Good. And this is why you should treat the audience with respect and not go, well, your audience, your toxic audience.
Did you reply to Angry Joe in that?
I'm not gonna. No, I just did on stream. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna throw up a wall of text or care. And mostly I don't, but unless I think I can make a larger point. And the larger point is he made the same mistake that Millie Alcock did, knowingly or unknowingly, is even if you lightly take a swipe at the audience, some people are going to take it personal. And it's not up to you to decide whether they do or don't, or whether they should or shouldn't. It's when you're representing your channel or representing a movie that you are just contracted for, you have to keep that in mind. When people work for me at the comic store, they couldn't shit on the comic store. And you know what? Surprisingly enough, I didn't even have to tell them. They just didn't, because they knew as adults, I'm working for this place. I probably shouldn't shit on it. And I can't say I've never shit on places I work for publicly. And I've learned my lesson from it. But sorry, Elon. You just the shape Hollywood is in right now, with the ticket sales being down, production being down, everything being down. The last thing they need is to alienate anybody, and they should probably really shut up and be overly conscious of it and constantly focus on, we need to get as many people in the theater as possible. And the best way to do that is to either not say anything at all, or just be really vague and go, I really hope everybody enjoys this movie.
Or be enthusiastic. Some of the best. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Project Hail Mary videos. like behind the scenes. I saw an interview with Drew Goddard. I saw like I've watched a bunch of stuff. It's all passion, enthusiasm. Ryan Gosling talking about he wanted to give he said things are so dark in the world. He has daughters. He's like, you get so much. I wanted to give them a movie that was like the ones he grew up with, like these hopeful Back to the Future, E.T. We don't get these movies. They're rare now. And it used to be films like that came out. It was like, oh, that was great. But we got used to it. We didn't know how good we had it. Now these are rare things. We have to point it out. So even the like, and I'm sure, I know, Gary, you saw that thing where, Ryan Gosling came and cheered on the crowd and thanked them and said, it's not your job to save theaters. It's our job to get you in the theaters with something worth seeing. Like he's wasn't just saying that to the people in the theater. Ryan Gosling was saying that to the people in the industry.
Absolutely.
A lot of
well, that's why he said he took the movie. He wanted to make, he said, before I knew he said this, I'm like, this movie, and when I read the book, it's a complete rejection of the nihilistic science fiction we've been getting for decades now.
Yeah.
And he said, no, the reason I took this was because it was such a hopeful story. It's a white pill movie. It's what it is. And people really need that right now. That's what Hollywood loves to think, that they can change the world, and they can do. You know how you do that? By making good stories that bring people together. That's how you change the world the most. That's where you do the most good in the world. And when you make something like Project Hail Mary, you actually put good in the world. Doesn't mean you can't make the other kinds of movies, but when they become dominant, especially in the tentpole sphere, which is just supposed to be fun popcorn movies, you're not making like super high art. Now, in my opinion, Project Hail Mary should be nominated for Best Picture. Ryan Gosling should be nominated for Best Actor. He and Rocky carried that movie. It's just him, right? And he did a great job. I don't think it will. We'll get another one, Woke After Another, and they'll give the awards to that.
Will we get a Best Puppeteering Oscar? Because you've got Best Casting. Well. Best Casting. That is a stupid bullshit Oscar, if you ask me.
It's just an Oscar, so they know a woman will receive an Oscar. I was shocked when we saw one dude I'm like, there's a dude casting director? What?
What's next? Best Publicist?
I know.
I could make it. I mean, like they have an award show, the Key Art Awards, which is an award show for movie posters. Did you know that, Gary? Sometimes I got invited. It's like called the Golden Trailer Award,
movie posters suck now.
They suck. They are terrible.
I like it when Mondo was doing them, because Mondo those were awesome.
I saw a documentary about that. It's on YouTube actually.
Need to bring back the good movie poster, not the floating head. But that's marketing. Everything is marketing. So when people say, well, Millie didn't mean to say that, no, as Platoon said, it was fed to her, and it's part of the marketing, and it's fed to her by marketing people, her agents. Nothing is authentic in Hollywood. Absolutely nothing. So to say, preemptively attacking the fans lightly or heavily is just an actor going rogue is complete bullshit. I was told by an executive from Amazon that those decisions come from the top, particularly with the Rings of Power. The decision to get out in front of their casting changes and go after the fans came straight from Jennifer Salke, who is now fired.
Wow.
And where was Jennifer Salke's background? Marketing. So yeah. Don't try to play dumb. Don't try to go, why would the audience get mad at being called a bunch of misogynists? Get over it.
We need more women in plumbing and electricians, more female electricians.
And sanitation.
Garbage person. Let's get it
going.
Garbage
person.
We want equity. All that equality.
All that. Robbo 96, 2 parts for 25 pounds, proper British money. Regarding the state of classic IPs, I think Star Trek salvageable because the franchise is non-linear and separated into installments with many years in between. So there's different cutoff points or different periods you can ignore. Whereas Doctor Who, the show, is the franchise. So if you pick that part, and then the whole thing unravels. And so the damage is irreversible. I agree. Changing the origin is why if I redid the top 5 murdered franchises, Doctor Who would still be number 1 because you changed the origin. Or I did again.
Oh my God.
Origin. Still sick.
Oh.
Change the origin fundamentally changes the entire series. Star Trek is salvageable, but only on TV. It is not salvageable in the theater, like at all. There is no Star Trek pitch that exists that would get people into the theater. Unless maybe you did the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek, which was only going to be written by him. And that would just be a novelty. Sarcastro for 20 says, Chris, how long until studios start using AI to remake movies and shows to spread the message? Captain Picard dressing down Riker for being too misogynist like Captain Kirk. Oh no, I said too much.
I don't know. They're not ready yet, but I've seen some amazing things. I thought like an MMA fight with Black Snape versus White Snape. I don't. Have you seen that, Gary?
Yeah,
I have not.
I have it if you want to. You know, we don't have to. I don't know how you feel about it. It's very good, but it's going to be within the next 5 years. A lot of this has to, like, certain people, for example, Matthew McConaughey has already, like, he's copywritten. He has trademarked himself, and he's done car commercials, Matthew McConaughey, and other commercials, right? So it makes sense. He owns himself. It's weird that he has to do that, but he's done it, and you're going to see it'll be within the next 5 years, if not sooner. Do you want to see that Black Snape thing?
No. I want to read Soups. I really don't.
It's so good, Gary.
Okay.
Okay, let me
It better be fucking good, Chris.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, like, the thing Perry I'm stalling because I gotta find it. The thing Perry Chan did was awesome, but yeah.
Do you want me to read a soup or a couple then?
I got it if I can
sure.
If I can share. Okay.
Of course.
While Gary is off, and we'll take over and we'll break the show here. Okay, here we go. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. All right, Gary. I don't you feel tortured with stuff like this, but I'm entertained. Right now, the AI is good enough for memes. Will it be good enough for an entire movie? Soon.
Ooh.
Soon.
Well, yeah, it'll be good enough soon to previs movies for sure.
No, it's already being used to previs.
Yeah, and it should.
Yeah.
It's a great tool for it. The Pain for $20 says, to me, the cartoon Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is superior to the live action Avengers movies. I think it does more justice to the characters. It's a great cartoon. It is. But it's at times it's comparable, but it really isn't. It's almost impossible to compare live action to animated. And there's people who just like animated more, which is fine. There are definitely some stories in animated series, like Batman the Animated Series is a more superior version of Batman than anything we've ever seen on screen. That's without a doubt. But there's a barrier with most of the general public with animated shows. There just is, like it or not.
Well, in America,
but
it's assumed
in America, I should say in America. But yeah, Earth's Mightiest Heroes is fucking fantastic. It is so good. And hell, they've even ripped off part of the storyline from it for Doomsday a little bit. They just flipped it from Kang to Doomsday, or to Doctor Doom. But yeah, Disney's buried that. Like, it's hard to get the DVDs. It's like, why not? You own it now. Why not make a 4K version of that? That would be brilliant. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's one of those casualties of the Disney sale. It's Spectacular Spider-Man and Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I'd put it right up there with Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right up there with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. That's how good it was. T-Pack for 20 says, the Angry Joe, aka Lieutenant Lasso ass. Number one, she's not going to sleep with you, man. Number two, the internet has, as we know it, did not exist in 1988. No, it didn't. And how old was Joe in 1988? And how old was I in 1988?
His response makes a lot of assumptions, and then he dials in on person. It's one thing I don't do is personal insults. Someone really has to cross a line before I just say simply fuck off. I just don't criticize looks, or I don't. It's low hanging fruit. It means I don't.
Whose looks did he insult? Did I miss that part?
Well, he was talking about what we assume. Like, you're making a lot of assumptions based on nothing, based on things I didn't say, or you can't go through my Twitter feed. You can't find it.
No, I mean, most content creators just look at the thumbs and don't watch the videos. Like, yeah. I don't know. If I'm going to talk about something, I did read the article, Joe, and I do read these articles and do a ton of research before I do videos. I take the time because context matters. And, and maybe it would be completely different if we heard her say that, Mm-hmm. But the actor, like, we go through this time and time again. The actors have to know this. They can't play dumb. They can't play dumb on this one. And Joe can't play dumb that there hasn't been a lot of slights towards fandom towards the last 10 years, towards America. And you can't say it hasn't affected Hollywood, because it has. There are even, how many times do we bring up, it's anecdotal, but how many times do we bring up, like, hey, this might be a turnaround. This one movie might be a turnaround for this one studio, and people go, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Disney. I'll never go back to Disney. And to that I say, good for you. I mean, that's your choice. It would be very difficult for me to be a Disney fan. Not that I ever was, but be a Disney fan with all the damage they've done across multiple franchises.
I can say I was a fan.
But yeah, I won't even go to, you know what? I like Disneyland. I know the Orlando guys go, well, Disney World's better. And it might be, I don't know. But Disneyland was part of my childhood. I went there twice a year. My dad would take us up there, and I like the intimacy of it, and it's quaint. And because it's smaller, I think it's a lot more creativity went into it. It's really just, it was cool. Pirates was cool until they PC'd it up.
Oh, I still remember the women being chased. I love that. It was great.
Zero Nitro for 20. Oh, Sloppy Joe is out there slobbing on a knob of more corporate slop. Not surprised after him slobbing over Alien Barf. Lost all respect for me personally. Love you guys. We love you too. Alien Earth. That was a terrible TV show. And I thought Noah Hawley would do a better job, because I've liked some of the stuff he's done. Eudite for 20 says, the X-Ray Girls, to X-Ray Girls' point about wanting to see someone to aspire to rather than just like you, I believe is a manifestation of modern insecurity and the desperation for validation that previous generations haven't needed. That's a good point. When you have female character acting like a man with a chip on their shoulder, it is insecure. It comes off as insecurity. 100%. And I mean, that can be applied to a great many things, like the coercion that's out there to force so much of the alphabet agenda on people. It stems from a deep-seated insecurity. I've said that if you're completely okay with who you are, You don't give a fuck if somebody gets your pronouns right or how they address you. Who cares? Who cares? If you are comfortable in your own skin, you just go whatever. And you know what? There are trans people out there who feel that way. They're like, I don't care. It's the ones demanding that you change your language for them so they can feel better. Well, that is their problem, not yours. Hello, Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl. Happy Fool's Day. Happy Fool's Day to you, Michael Thomas. Super Frandaman for $5.99. What a waste of 2 episodes of Bored Again. Nothing but slop. Tiny girl, White Tiger. Heather becoming Muse. What a mess. Chris spoiled the ending.
Wait, I did?
No, he's asking you to.
Oh, I'm not watching it, so I can't. I'm sorry, but I would if I could.
Hey, Chris, can you ask your industry contacts to release Horizon Part 2, even if it's straight to Blu-ray? Most underrated movie this decade.
I don't know what company that is. I'll have to look it up.
Wasn't it? The ball was in Netflix's court. And yeah, isn't it shot? It's shot and finished. Horizon Part 2.
Okay. I really have no sway when it comes to that kind of stuff.
No, but isn't it weird that Kevin Costner's Horizon Part 2 hasn't been released?
It is weird. I mean, was it supposed to be 3 parts?
Yes.
And then it was an indie thing, and then did WB pick it up? It was weird. I saw Horizon Part 1 in a theater. So I don't know why. It should ultimately, that's a streaming show. It was like, it was fine. It was 3 hours with kind of not a cliffhanger, but just it just stopped. And then it's like, all right, where is it? And yeah, I bet they ran out of money to release it.
Lord Botha for $9.99. If you want to know how creatively bankrupt Hollywood is, there is a Murder, She Wrote movie starring Jamie Lee Curtis set to come out in 2027. No, that is not an April Fool's joke. Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
What does Justine Bateman always tweet under those announcements? Make
something new.
Make something new. Yeah.
Yeah. Make new stuff.
Latent Sick Tax from Southeastern Kaiju. Thank you for the $1.99. Another. I don't know. Another T4. Another. For $10 says DC versus Marvel movie when? Probably never. Well, we'll see if when it gets in the hands of Paramount. We'll see. They had enough trouble getting the comic book together. Some dude Nate for $5. Did anyone tell Will about the Fargate movie? I'm so excited. No, don't tell him. Here is 100 crowns for the swear jar. Now let them swear. Have you seen the remixes for Black Snape? Got me spreading the love with my windows down as I drive, says Anti-Zero Space for $5. Love you, Gary, you wise son of a bitch. Love your insights, Chris. Says Otto Vanderballs for $1.99. I've always felt like a wet blanket, but my 2019 prediction that Universal will be the last major American studio that still stands. Not because they're not woke, just because they're not as woke as WB or Disney. But Universal isn't an independent studio, as you know. There are none. Are there any, Chris? Are there independent studios that aren't owned by a parent company now?
Small ones like Angel.
Yeah.
But like A24 is like, a division of WB.
Yeah.
They're like a small little, like a label.
But no major studio is independent. Independent. Because they're owned by Comcast. But yeah, Universal seems to kind of stay out of that stuff. Mexi Rage for $5. 1 minute, just for 1 minute. These actors could just not talk shit about the fans, but no, their ego won't let them. It can't be their fault. Nope, it's us. Yeah, well, I mean, she's painting a victim narrative off the bat. She's painting
she's 25.
So
what about the same age as Rachel Zegler? But what I'm saying is she's, old enough to know better.
Yeah.
But young enough to fall into that. Fall into what Disprove made some comments about that I thought were.
What did he say? Bring him up.
I have to go to it. There's some really good conversation, and then there are people like Angry Joe that, say stupid shit. So I don't want to derail or make the show longer. I know you need.
Well, I mean, as we said with Angry Joe's comment, he talked about integrity and saying I was disingenuous when he was literally disingenuous within his fucking tweet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. The argument that Kara needs to find her people is so uncharacteristic of Superman. She is about saving everyone, not just finding her people. Like he's a city dweller looking for a club to join. This is Limand Coconut for $10. The Twiki Kid for $4.99. I'm hyped for Supergirl, not the movie, but you just made it dark. Not the movie, but for the McFarlane figure from TV show. Yes, it got super woke, but the costume looks better. I like the costume that Millie Alcock is wearing. I don't like the S. I wish the S would look like the fucking S and not the Kingdom Come one. That's probably because of rights issues. Remember As Good as It Gets? How do you write a woman so well? I think of a man and take away all reason and accountability. I think that is what Supergirl might be. Yeah. The 1A train for $10. Thank you. Do you believe Pirate 6 is dead without Sparrow? Yes.
Yeah.
Lamont for 27 Swedish krona. Yes. There is no Pirates of the Caribbean without Captain Jack Sparrow. I think they're going to try to get him back. But running out with like a female Pirates of the Caribbean, it's like, stop.
No one wants that. Well, here's what I shared it. Found just sort of in that conversation. It says, because they not only think this IP is for women, but that this is an attitude women like and will get them to go. Their whole marketing department is women, and they just market toward themselves.
Yep.
He's right. He's right.
They're just saying what the industry wants to hear and not really caring about, oh, so you just said the audience has some weird, feels like they have some weird ownership over women's bodies. Now, please buy tickets to my movie.
Was there a comment that set her off? I don't think in all of this I've ever seen, maybe because I don't pay attention.
She's never ever been like, she was talking about just being a female superhero. And this is shit she was fed. Or maybe this is shit that she actually thinks because she's not connected to fandom or anything. And they tried to like connect it. And they made no connection in the article, to be fair to her. They're like, well, she's dealt with big fandoms before in House of the Dragon. Okay, that's a pretty general statement. You mean the big fandom that liked her?
Yeah.
Like, I still think she's a better version of Rhaenyra than the latter. Not a single people complained about House of the Dragon. Millie Alcock's performance or being in it was not one of the things that people complained about at all.
Yeah, but, I don't remember seeing any of it anyway.
That's the Access Media framing something, and it's her walking into a trap. Yeah. To be fair, I assume she was talking about children, because you guys did crap on the trailer right away, and you were anti-women anything because of the MCU. Says Sebastian. We're anti-women everything, guys.
That's not true. I mean, this movie I think James Gunn has gotten more critique over Supergirl than Millie Alcock.
Yeah, the problem I have with the Supergirl and the trailer did not look good at all. It looks muddy and weird. And it's based on a Tom King book. Tom King is, I think he's a writer of this movie. He wrote the comic it was based on. Tom King sucks, absolutely sucks. So our focus is mainly on the dudes making it, and James Gunn completely ghost directing it. But again, said we liked her casting. And the MCU, well, I have a lot of videos on this channel explaining what the MCU is. So I would say watch the videos before you make a judgment on a guy who's been married to a woman for 22 years pretty happily. So at least I like one. I don't know about X-Ray Girl. She just quit.
And I'll do it again.
Yeah. Don Mack for $5. Easter movie recommendation, The Long Good Friday. Great British gangster movie set on Easter weekend with amazing performance by Bob Hoskins. Matthew
Schwobel
for $10 says, Despot of Antrim has a great April Fool's Day video on the brilliance of Leto's Joker and Suicide Squad. Highly recommend. That's funny. Future Daredevil video title, We Are Not Amused. Oh, sex. There you go.
That's actually good.
That's actually pretty good. So much for Foggy coming back from the dead. MCU bots are theorizing that the link to Thunderbolts as
are theorizing.
Valentine is name dropped and Bullseye could join. Well, then, so I mean, Bullseye could join because in the comics he joined the Dark Avengers, which is the Thunderbolts are more the Dark Avengers than they are the actual Thunderbolts. The actual Thunderbolts from the comics. And no one cares. I don't Foggy has faked his death in the comics multiple times. So I still think they're gonna bring him back, but if they don't, that would be fucking crazy. That would be crazy. We need a real life Jay Sherman, the Critic cartoon series from the 90s on ABC and Comedy Central, voiced by John Lovitz, is what we need, with the tagline every time he reviewed a movie, it stinks.
It stinks.
It
That was
stinks.
great. That was great.
Of course, X-Ray liked the Supergirl TV show. It was so hopelessly woke, my ovaries hurt when I tried to watch it, says Aaron Pipes for $10.
I'd have to watch it again. I liked, I mean, I think I watched maybe 2 seasons and I liked what I saw, but then I got busy with life. So
yeah,
I don't know. I rewatched Crazy Rich Asians with the, today's lens, and I did not like that movie as much as I did back then. So who knows? Maybe. I don't
know. You're not wrong about this one.
Yeah.
Not wrong. One of the best female characters is Cara Thrace from my favorite TV show, Battlestar Galactica. I will not argue with you on that one at all. Do you know Katie Sackhoff is reacting to the show? Yes, she is, Nikos, and it's awesome. And she would have been a great Captain Marvel. Love Katie Sackhoff. What's your most hated MCU show? Mine's either What If, for turning Thanos into a gag character and for getting rid of Haley Atwell's knockers. That's pretty bad. The worst Marvel. It's a
I really hated Echo.
Oh yeah,
it's a tough decision.
I didn't finish that.
But if you hate a show for how much damage it did to the Marvel continuity, it's got to be Loki. It's got to be Loki. But as far as just fucking piss,
well, the fact that the TVA is going to be in Doomsday,
it's between She-Hulk, Ironheart, and Echo. The one I'm most disappointed in was Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a great character that they could have really made into something, and they granted it's in the comics and I fucking hate it in the comics, but the multiple personality shit is terrible. You just make him Marvel Batman. That's supernatural. That's all you do. He's a badass character. He's got a great costume, got a great backstory. If you just do the Sienkiewicz run, that would have been so good. But yeah, I think it's probably She-Hulk or Ironheart. She-Hulk, because She-Hulk was a great character in the comics that people genuinely liked, and they fucked up like the one instead of the inserted female character like America Chavez or Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. You took a female character that everybody liked and fucked her up and made her insufferable. I hate Kevin Feige for $1.99. Making Haley Atwell unattractive should be a crime against humanity. I completely agree. Anti-Zero Space for $2. Creating by committee is disastrous. 100%. Anti-Zero Space for $5. The people making superheroes hate the fans and definitely want to make something else. No passion. Yeah, they're forced to make this. And believe me, the once the superhero trend ends, they will all be happy to go make something else. I think a great example is Lanterns. You have somebody coming in, it's like, well, we need to drop the green. It's silly, it's stupid. And let's make this thrilling space adventure. Let's make it True Detective, Chris. What the fuck are we doing?
I like that first season. It's great.
Yeah. You know what I didn't need in it though? Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't think of at all when I'm watching True Detective season 1? Green Lantern. You know what? You take the question and you make something like that. True Detective. That's a character you do that with. Mr. James Bond Tube for $4.99. Nobody cares about a reboot. The superhero stuff is over. The audience is too fractured and moving on. That's actually pretty spot on. Fractured audience. Theo Primus for $4.99. The Pit was a great show until last week. Anti-ICE propaganda episode. Crap like this is why people get shot. Or, why people don't watch a show. But Crypto being a gun self-insert and Supergirl trying desperately to save him is a great metaphor for Gunn's DC career. It's like poetry. It rhymes, says Gesture of Roanoke for $5. Well, if you noticed the theme song for Peacemaker season 2, if you listen to the lyrics of it, it is a complete reaction for his canceling at Marvel. That's all it is. If you listen to the lyrics, it's about going through some dark times and getting over them. That was all James Gunn's canceling at Marvel. Everything's related to James Gunn. You used to know him, Chris.
Yeah.
You used to know what he was like, and he's a different person now.
He's different. Yeah.
Dread Seamus for $5. 3 days to get Doggy in a yellow sun atmosphere where he'll heal from everything. Sounds easy to me. What? Yeah, was that planet? They were on yellow sun. It looked like a yellow sun. Anti-Zero Space for $5. The movie is about saving Gunn's dog with a slob, hairy tuna woman. James is letting someone else take the fall while he's still doing everything. That latter statement, not too far from the truth. Writing, now that is a bold writing. Now that is a bold statement. My local stray cat does more writing and is probably more qualified. Excited for the Gloop Shido to become a neon con with Lobo. Lobo look good. You guys should watch Primal and do a review on it. I think you'd like it as much as Seven Kingdoms. I watched the first 2 seasons and I love it. I haven't watched season 3. Cyberchud for $4.99. It's probably because I don't like Jason Momoa, but I'm Lobophobic. Not digging his Lobo. I think he looks good.
Yeah, same. He was born to play that part.
For those pop song trailer remixes, you missed the deep, low synth pad humming loudly in the bass. I did. It's probably my tinnitus. I hate this trailer because it's implying she does not see Superman as family or even the last member of her race. This sucks, man. Please off Krypton, please. Well, somebody did it. Luffy is basically the new generation Superman. Powerful, pure good, brings hope, optimism, and willing to go through hell to save people. Yep.
That's what I love about all the characters in One Piece. They're not defined by how they look. They're defined by what they stand for.
Yes. Absolutely.
And they're all different. I like Zoro too.
Yeah, I like Zoro. I like Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
I like Nami.
Yes.
They've really I know they've made her like combat Nami in live action, but it's not like she's not insufferable at all. She's like a really endearing character. Even when in the second episode with Laboon, the Blackfish, forgetting his name, said, well, you're a great navigator. And she immediately goes, I couldn't have done it without my crew. That's the kind of little line right there is what keeps her from becoming a girl boss. It's something a little subtle like that. Acknowledging your crew, because girl bosses don't acknowledge any male help at all. And with the help me Luffy scene, that was a powerful scene. Her asking for help. And Luffy, this is what makes Luffy the hero. He's like, of course I will. There's a great scene from Capaldi's Doctor Who where Clara has the key to the TARDIS and she's really upset because her boyfriend's dead. And she throws away the key to the TARDIS. And the Doctor can't get in anymore. That's it. She's like, well, what do we, he's upset. She's upset. And she goes, well, what do we do now? And he goes, go to hell. And she's like, oh, I probably deserve that. He's all, what? No. We go to hell or heaven or wherever your boyfriend is and we save him. And she's all, why would you do that? And she's all, and he said, do you think something as trivial as betraying me would keep me from being your friend and helping you? It's like a really great fucking scene. Capaldi had some great moments. That's what a hero does. That's what makes it powerful, right? And that's why we see more Luffy than we see Superman or Spider-Man, because he's inspiring more kids and adults. Yeah. Plenty of adults. I had no idea how big. I knew One Piece was big, right? But I had no idea how big it is. It's one of the top 10 brands in the world. And as far as merch, it'll probably surpass all of comics soon. I know there's a manga out there that outsold the entire comic book industry, but I'm sure as an industry within itself, One Piece outsells all that shit. All that shit. It's fucking huge. And it should be. And it's when there was that little I can't call it a revolution, but when people were protesting the Mexican president and her socialist ways, what were they flying to Hassan Piker's chagrin? They were flying Luffy's flag at these at these protests. That's fucking awesome. So respect to One Piece, and that's probably whether the live action show makes it or not. It's going to be something remembered like Harry Potter. I saw people saying that One Piece is better than Harry Potter, and it's like it might be. I don't know. I gotta see the ending, but it might be. It might not be wrong.
They do have to drive it to an ending. It can't be one of those Netflix series that fizzles out.
Yeah,
and they can't Stranger Things it, to an unsatisfying climax.
I think for Netflix, they've mostly done a great job. I really enjoy it, and it's like moved me towards wanting to watch the anime. I just got to get over my personal barrier with anime. I like calmer anime, like Cowboy Bebop. I was watching some Cowboy Bebop last night. That shit's good. That shit's really good.
I like Akira. I just get my anime recommendations from Matt Walsh.
Oh, me too.
He's great.
Especially when he says it's satanic. Like, that's the one I'll watch.
Yeah, he has the best recommendations.
But it's a It's a barrier for me, and it's my flaw. Okay, probably because I'm old and tired. When One Piece gets a little spazzy.
Yeah.
Mother of Sons for $5. As a straight woman, I will see Supergirl for Jason Momoa, full stop. I like watching men in movies being sexy, smart, and heroic. Go figure. Yeah, the feminists really, they really hate you for that, because that takes away your agency, because you should all act like lesbians. See, to the super chat before, my critique of the MCU is not the fact that they're women. It's a little more nuanced than that. It's that they're not acting like women. They're acting like men. They've taken away all romance. They play stoic, and they play male. They skew it male, right? And they do that as an overcorrection because they don't want to be seen with the male gaze. So it's all Me Too that ruined all this shit, by the way, Chris. It's Me Too.
Yeah.
Supergirl's character arc will be from 4 bottles of wine to a day to 2 bottles a day. Axel Foley for $5 Australian dollars. My fan cast for Wolverine was Willem Dafoe, short, got the bub voice, and his cheekbones are perfect for the chops. Look at him in Streets of Fire. Not bad. I think he's a better Joker. I think he's made for the Joker. And you just put a little light makeup on him. Agreed, Gary. At the first, I was combative with bad comments. I learned it was dumb and just rolled my eyes. Makes me keep my sanity as a content creator. The Vexorcist. Yeah, you can't let them get to you. Like that's like the earliest lesson you learn as a content creator is how you deal with the comments, right? And the fact of the matter is, early days, they're all bad. You suck. You should kill yourself. You're the worst thing ever. But as time goes on, they get better, right? And then as humans, we choose to look at the negative more than the positive. You know, when I put up any video, guys, my like to dislike ratio averages 97% likes pretty consistently, unless I do a reaction to the Batman trailer where I got ratioed. And it turns out I wasn't wrong about the movie, but I don't need apologies. I don't. So yeah, I mean, that's life, right? That is life. That's what people are saying behind your back. That's what people are actually thinking when they're telling you something else. That is life. You have to accept that. You're not going to make everybody happy, but also I think the other part is you really can't let the good ones go to your head. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for an addict like me. Really dangerous.
Well,
stay humble.
But you can send me all the positive ones. I won't. I'll be fine with it. I'm gonna get coffee, Gary.
Yeah, go get coffee.
I'll be right back.
They can say General Zod edited the message. They could. I think they will fix it ultimately, because it was such an unpopular decision. Like even the gun gooners were like, oh, they have to fix that, because they weren't happy with it either. So I think they fix it. But then Gunn came out and said, nope, that's the deal. Marty Pilkington for $4.99. Everyone has said everything online. If you can't handle gamer culture, get offline. This is just a hack move to set up any critique of an ism. And yeah, that's the other thing to keep in mind is are you being trolled? Are you being baited? And the best thing to do is not think about it at all. You know, that's just life. Angry Joe also cried about Synth complaining about multi-gender bathrooms in Dead Space remake. Not surprised, Sebastian. Joe, my source is I made it the fuck up. Says Natrum. 100 RSDs. Thank you. Nita for $5. It sounds like they already had this written up and waiting. Yep. That girl boss scene in Infinity War actually had women clap in the theater, and I went to it. Legit made me more misogynistic. And that was like the more acceptable one. Matthew Hammond on the Streamlabs side. For all mankind could use a network to cut episodes for length and unnecessary gay and feminist storylines that do little to advance the story. Is this Ronald D. Moore or someone else pushing this and not taking a scalpel to the scripts, storylines, and characters? It's all Ronald D. Moore. Should streamers slash episode length for more episodes to condense storylines at the expense of activists scope creep? Longer episodes could have part 1 and 2. Don't forget Artemis is launching this evening. Oh, is it this evening? X-Ray Girl.
As long as, the conditions are good, I believe. So.
Good morning, guys. Getting a tattoo number 13 today. Oh, Alpha Chad. Good luck. Have fun. All right. It's good to see you here, by the way. Are you getting the Jerry Goldsmith filmography and book by Pulse Games on Kickstarter? It looks good. 2 days remaining on it. I'll check it out. I didn't even know it existed. The last Kickstarter I ordered, I should be getting any day now, was they collected the Spider-Man daily and Sunday comics into 4 volumes. And the last note I got was it shipped. Haven't seen it yet. It's been a couple of weeks, but I'm sure I will. Gay race communism is not hopeful, says Matthew Hammond. No, it's not. Movie Erotic for $2. Want to see Lobo in live action. Excited for film. Awesome. As with all films, I hope it's great. I hope it's fucking great. We'll see. I can't say the trailer inspired me at all. Can't wait to enroll in Hogwarts School of Drip, says Michael McKeon. Johnny for $5. At this point, we shouldn't expect anything decent from Hollywood except woke cuckery, ambiguous plot lines, lame jokes, and immoral characters. I mean, that's most of it. That's why it's been kind of neat that we've gotten like 3, in my opinion, 3 good things in the beginning of the year. One Piece Season 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Project Hail Mary. All big recommends for me. And I think we're going to get some good movies this year. I hope Spider-Man's good. I want Spider-Man to be good. Glad to hear you are a fan of the 1977 Spider-Man TV series. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Love that show.
Can't believe we still haven't gotten a physical media release. I know. I have. There's Boot Danzig. There's I'm sure that's the real Danzig too. Thank you, Glenn Danzig. Nicholas Hammond, Spider-Man. I've got a bootleg of it. Do you have it, Chris?
I don't. I watched that show first run.
Yeah, I did too.
On TV. It was great.
I was so fucking excited. Oh my God.
Cheesy, I loved it. Sorry, I'm eating, Gary.
That's okay. Remember that there was TV movies of Doctor Strange. So there was live action Doctor Strange. Reb Brown as Captain America. The Hulk was the biggest hit with Bill Bixby. They did TV movies with Rex Smith as Daredevil later on. The trial of the Incredible Hulk and the death of the Incredible Hulk. That was all good shit. And I don't know why it's not collected.
Why is Thor? Wasn't Thor in that?
Thor is in it too. I forgot the name of the actor. I remember
it was so bad.
But it's more of a like yeah, it wasn't comic Thor at all. It was more of a mythology based Thor.
A Viking. You look like a Viking.
And Rex Smith Daredevil just had a black costume on, but I was fine. I was and who played the Kingpin?
Who?
John Rhys Davies.
Oh my God.
He played the Kingpin.
Was he bald?
No, he just played it as John Rhys Davies.
Oh my God.
Salah. But I love those. I was so bummed when Spider-Man got canceled. But yeah, I don't know. The 60s, basically motion comics, Marvel cartoons they did with Kirby, those got collected. They got put on sale, pre-sale for Amazon, and then it never happened. Something happened at the last minute, which sucks because I've always wanted those. They did do the Spider-Man series. They have that collected. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck Marvel's doing. It must be a rights issue, but I don't know why you wouldn't put together a Marvel live action from the 70s and just put all the TV movies and all the Spider-Man and all the Hulk together. Marty Pinkleton for $1.99. The studios won't change until they go private. I don't think they'll ever change. Just call me Cat, says another. Phil Mitchell's Fist for 20 says comics were the seed that made us fans. Even if the movie sucked, we had the comics. Both are ruined now, so it goes. Love you guys and gal. Yeah, I think the MCU went a long way to ruining Marvel Comics, which sucks, but it's just true. Moon Knight was a waste of Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke, both amazing actors. Yeah, it was God. What a disappointment. The costume even looked really good. I know you was glad Buffy was not rebooted, but who was your favorite character from the original show? Angel.
He's the hottest. So yeah, Angel.
Not because he's the hottest. I like his story. It's an addict. It's basically an addict, And aside from Angel, who went off to do his own show, I like Spike. I liked Anya. Big fan of Anya. It must be bunnies. One Piece is the biggest media property in Japan, bar none. It outranks all of the contemporaries in Shonen Jump by a massive margin. There is no big three shonen in Japan. It's just One Piece. Gun Puncher for $10. And I'm not surprised. One Piece, just from my limited experience on it, has some of the best world building I've ever seen. Coopster for $5. I just saw Variety remake of The Thing with, wait for it, no. It's fucking, no. It's April Fool's.
It's April Fool's.
It's April Fool's.
What is it?
Jada Pinkett Smith as the lead. Notram for 300 RSDs. One Piece is what Cowboy Bebop should have been in terms of live action adaptations. Oda was active in the development, unlike Shinichiro Watanabe. Yeah, I just threw on the first, I was just chilling. So I'm like, I want to watch some anime. And it was going to be either Berserk or Cowboy Bebop. So I just watched the first three. They're so cool. What a cool show. Hey guys, if you haven't seen it, I wholeheartedly recommend the anime Fist of the North Star. The world is heavily inspired by Mad Max. I've heard a lot of good things. This evening, we are all watching the Artemis 2 launch. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. 43 months and X-Ray Girl still has not cooked that bacon. Started the Hitchhiker series last night. Oh, Jeffro, you're going to love it. You're going to love it, especially the first 4. I made an edit of the Masters of the Universe trailer with classic sounding Skeletor voice. It's on my channel. Well done. Yeah, I thought that trailer was like, okay. But I'm not like the biggest He-Man fan. But somebody brought up, like, what if they approach it like One Piece? Well, if they approach it like One Piece, then it's going to be great. And that would be awesome. Gary's Concrud voice is the best voice. Oh, that's not good for my regular voice. Cougar, welcome to the radicalized level. Lost for words. Been a member for 56 months. Hail. Supergirl looks like she hasn't showered in a week. Forever sci-fi. That's true. How do I get a fun to front in front how do I get to fund in front of the fellowship? I don't understand the question.
I think we need more context on that. Like, what are you trying to fund? Sorry.
Yeah.
Wish I understood.
PD the Greek, welcome to the radicalized level. Angry Joe with the white knightist retort says Ryan. Yeah. Yeah, he was polishing his white armor. Milady. Love y'all, says Ryan Crawford. Laura Vandervoort is my Supergirl. Was that the one from Smallville? She was hot. Spy Family is my favorite. Spy Family. Yeah, I've heard very good things about that. Amanda Morgan, welcome to the radicalized level. Sonic 4 chilling like it'll be my time again soon. The Sonic movies do well. But hey, it seems like the Nintendo fans are happy with Mario, and that's all that needs. I hope they had a great time at their movie. It sounds like Jeremy and Krista really enjoyed it, and that's who it's made for, right? And kids. So I think it's going to make all the money. Gun Puncher. Ryan went and saw it at midnight, Chris. Ryan.
Yeah, I saw his out of the theater review.
Yeah, and it was basically, and half the review was, I'm not really into this.
I can tell from his review, I'm just going to be meh.
It sounded like he was, that was an order for him to go.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, I even asked Jeremy, I'm all, Jeremy, do you want me to make everybody see Mario? He's all, nah. I'm all, thank you. Chris, do you think we'll ever escape the animation age ghetto here in the States? It's the thing I hate the most about Americans' relationship with art, says Gun Puncher.
What do you mean?
Basically, animation sucks in the States. Do you think it'll ever get better?
I don't know that it sucks. I'm very particular. There's not a lot of good stuff, I'll say. I think Disney is compromised. Pixar is turning it around. You know, I don't care about Toy Story 5. It'll be just like the others, but lesser. I don't know. I don't think animation is really taken seriously in the States.
I like
K-pop Demon Hunter.
It's not, and it really leaned into Cal Arts lately because it was cheaper to make.
Bad is a style.
But you see, Tartakovsky's like Primal, for instance, that somebody brought up earlier. That's fucking awesome.
His Clone Wars, Genndy Tartakovsky. The Clone Wars, I like his Clone Wars better. It was serious.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. But yeah, I miss the days of like heavy metal. You know, when the US took animation a little more seriously. And then there's like the What If Marvel animation, which is, I guess, fine, but it's kind of soulless and lifeless. They did a really good job with X-Men 97, though, I think.
It's really about having people with the will.
Yeah.
There's a lack of will when it comes to a lot of things. Like just saying, no, we're not doing that. So
you're right.
There's too many cowards.
There's too many cowards that are worried about hurting somebody's feelings who you shouldn't worry. Like nobody should be worrying about hurting Alex Kurtzman's feelings.
Yeah. Like not to sound sexist. That's why, I like working with a bunch of men because I could give a fuck about their feelings. I know they don't care about mine.
Yep.
But when you include women in the mix, no disrespect to X-Ray Girl, who's not even here.
Yeah. She quit.
Yeah, I quit.
Barely. Like you get a lot of women on a project, double the time it's going to take. Because you're going to have to spend time. Like, it's not that we don't like your idea. Like, you're going to have to spend time on people's feelings. And it's, it can be a distraction.
It derails the creative process, right?
I'm sorry, you get a lot of look. It doesn't mean there aren't great women contributors. Star Wars, there were a lot of women involved, with the first Star Wars, including Marsha Lucas, who edited the film and won an Oscar for it. Like, but it's really, if you're gonna make something for men, you need majority men on the project. You don't need a bunch of men to make cover girl makeup for women. That would be bad. And say you're gonna make a Superman movie or a Batman movie, you get a lot of men working on the film and some women in creative positions. It's just gonna go better. That's why kind of how a lot of things have sucked. Unfortunately, too many women are in the mix, and then you gotta work on shit that doesn't matter. Sorry, I could go down a whole
well, I mean,
there's
go on.
No, just go down a whole thing of like, I just think that's why Star Wars, like, you put a woman in charge. She has women in executive positions. And I know for a fact that the women,
because they're women,
not because they're the right fit for Star Wars. I mean, George Lucas collected a group of dudes that were into like cool shit, whether it was like, ship porn or, just like everything about it was just, like cool, into guy stuff. I mean, like, and I feel like you put too many women in the mix. We don't need to service women. We're trying to make a movie for dudes. Women can like it and women can be involved in parts of it. But it's like, if you're trying to make a show or a movie or something for men, hire men. Men.
Like I said yesterday, a creator should be like an umpire. You shouldn't really be able to tell. And we're not trying to see through certain lens. For example, again, with a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, a woman directed half of those episodes and you could not tell. It was just a director directing episodes of a show from a male perspective. And she did a fucking great job. The showrunner of The Penguin did a great job. You could not tell. And it's when you can tell, and it's those shared interests. I heard a mutual colleague out there say, this is, talking about Stephen Colbert, like, this is why you shouldn't have fans work on a project. I vehemently disagree with that. Now, you don't have to be a fan of the property, but you have to have shared interests. You have to be into the genre of fantasy. You don't have to know everything about Lord of the Rings. Right. But you also have to share the values of the character, or it'll be very difficult for you, unless you're uber talented, to connect with those values. Like Alan Moore is much criticism that he gets, and I think a lot of it's deserved because he thinks he's a wizard. When he was in his prime, he could write things that were diametrically opposed to his beliefs, but still make the character human, and intentionally or unintentionally take Rorschach, which people were supposed to hate. But the reason people liked Rorschach was because he was real. He was authentic. Like his beliefs, his foundation was in his beliefs, and he didn't waver. And he was, by the end, the one guy who understood the right and wrong of it. So the horrible racist character at the end was the one calling out all the bullshit from the people who weren't horrible and racist, for the people who were just manufacturing a plan to bring humanity together by killing a bunch of people. And it was Rorschach who was calling it out. So that's why people connected with Rorschach. And Alan Moore was able to write that character with a bit of empathy and sympathy, instead of like the cartoon character we got in One Woke After Another, right, with Sean Penn.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of talent. It does, but you also have to have like shared interests, and you don't have to be completely into it, but you have to respect it.
Sorry, my thing came off a little sexist, but I've seen it. I've seen it in practice.
That's okay.
Like in the corporate world, I've seen where like we gotta stop a meeting to make sure someone feels like they're,
dude.
you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Come on. We have a task. I want to be done. I want to go home at 5.
I told you at Technicolor, all they did was call meetings. I just stopped going. I just stopped going. Like, if they fire me, whatever. I can't take another meeting where we talk about a bunch of shit, don't follow through with that plan. And it's just a manager trying to justify their existence. That's
exactly. All. I've worked with those people, both male and female, and they suck.
And there was a female mechanic at Tesla, and she did nothing but bitch all the fucking time. And it's because she's in a male space where we're going to talk shit about each other. We're going to yell at each other, but we don't like trip on it. Like, once that's done, it's squashed and we move on to the next thing. But she would be upset sometimes for days over what she perceived as a slight. I miss dim sum bun from Stitch the Elder. Luckfield for $5. Do you think it's afraid of hurting feelings, or is it corporate interest, HR marketing mandating creators fall in line for risk aversion? Yes, absolutely.
I think both.
Yep. Sorry. I recently read a little bit of Ghost Rider from the 70s and 80s era, and I can't wait to buy a graphic novel containing that era. Can't stand reading digitally. Would be so cool to see Ghost Rider gritty TV series from him driving around America fighting supernatural evil. Blaze, hell yeah. But they were really adverse to making that because it was just another guy, another white male character. Ghetto is thinking cartoons are childish and silly. Another good new beauty horror, Forbidden Fruits. Great cast, well written, original idea, well conceived, has a beginning, middle, and end. Also a retail comedy, a la Empire Records and Clerks. Worth a trip to the theater.
I saw Forbidden. It didn't really hit with me, but I did like the setup, and then it became a horror movie in the end. And it was kind of weird. Look, I'd rather see a small indie movie like that swings for the fences than some mainstream movie that's meh.
Punisher Warzone needed a male director. I liked Punisher Warzone. I thought the woman did a great job on that one, actually. Albert Einstein once said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Someone should tell Hollywood for the last 10 years. Do you think Black Snape is because award show DEI standards? Also, zipper outfit is from Quidditch match scene. He referees in the books. Do I think Black Snape is because of DEI? Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes. There's no situation so bad a woman can't make it worse as mother of sons for $5, and that's it. That's it. Wow.
I just think men and women have different skills. They also have different work styles. And I feel like when you get a lot of women trying to make something for men, that doesn't always work. Just like the dumb example of if Gary and I ran a cosmetics company.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Like we would suck.
Most of it would be don't wear makeup. You're beautiful as you are.
Yeah. It'd be like, yeah, don't wear makeup. You don't really need it.
You don't need to like paint your eyes black, Grace. Looks like she's wearing like a domino mask at this point.
Oh my
God. Yeah, the tracksuit doesn't bother me as much as Black Snape as the fucking dreadlocks and the fact that he's black. Oh, there is no way around justifying Black Snape at all. All right, Chris, what do you got coming up?
Hollywood on the Rocks today with Alan Ng. We've got we're gonna have fun. Just come by, hang out with us.
What are you covering?
Lots of news. We're gonna interview some heads of a distribution label for indies, looking for indie films. So if you're a filmmaker, you want distribution, watch the show. Among other things. So just come by. In the coming weeks, we've got some really good interviews coming up. I'm interviewing the screenwriter behind American History X. He's going to be on the show. I think it's next week. And he wants to tell all about Hollywood, what's going on. He's been emailing me.
Oh, good. All right.
So
X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Tonight, Poor Choices, and then tomorrow, if I have finished moving everything, it'll be Gaming with Kara at 7 p.m. Hopefully I make it. And then FNT for the 400th episode. What?
400th episode with the critical drinker.
You've got to do the thing of the first episodes, represent, maybe with commentary. You guys watch the first episode or highlights of early episodes. Everybody looks
insane prep.
I know,
insane
but
we don't have time
just
for.
What we did not do.
I think our idea of we're going to run the old shows 24/7. I think that's one I want to do.
But run them in order, so you can actually see them. I'm trying to remember when I first started watching. I don't know, it's way back in the.
That's up to Garrett. When we'll let you know when we can pull it together. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah. There was a super chat that snuck in.
Monster by Madhouse.
Okay.
What's a Madhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know?
Thanks, Peckeram.
Oh yeah, The Boys is coming up
next week. The last season.
Oh,
you gonna watch it, Gary?
Oh, Monster is an anime. Okay, gotcha. Yes, I am gonna watch it.
Same. I just want to know how it ends.
I want to know how it ends too.
It's gonna be different.
I gotta catch up on some, but I covered the first season, and covered a bit with Mahler on EFAP the second season, and that kind of took me out, and that's when it really deviated from the comic.
Yeah.
I would love to do a response to the video that said The Boys is better than the comic now that it's done. And that is just objectively not true at all. It deviated so hard from the comic. Also, I'm in the comic. 2 issues I'm in. I'm in issue 23 and issue 37 and a couple panels. If you have it, I'm on the bridge in issue 37, and I am unloading some flamethrowers in issue 23.
Sweet.
Because I know the artist, Derek Robertson. All right. We have FNT coming up. Hopefully I get better and I could do a video. It doesn't sound like Alex Jones. And in the meantime, who's streaming right now?
Well, at the beginning I have it routed to no one because I saw no one was live. I'm gonna send you guys to Film Thread, I guess.
Go to Film Thread. Go to Film Thread. There you go.
I'm watching.
You'll be entertained all day.
Watching Artemis, the Artemis launch.
There's videos of the astronauts coming out. They're cool.
So cool. When is the launch? Do we know the time?
I don't know the
They've
time.
been just doing pre-check stuff all day, it looks like.
When they're ready. Scheduled to launch at 6:24 p.m. Eastern.
All right. So
with a 2-hour window to 8:24. So.
Cool. All right. Watch the art. Going back to the moon.
Hell yeah.
We're going to see the secret bases there.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back next Wednesday. Take care, everyone.
Later.
Bye.